All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the tournament. The jump scare is officially here. We're going to be playing some high elves tonight, as well as other factions. It is a pick six tournament. So just going to be posting the factions real quick. All right. And yeah, it's go time, man. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm hyped to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we got a pretty big tournament out of the gates here. Yes. Yeah, no, we're good. We're here. Yeah, it's go time. All right, so let's go get the responses. And there's got to be an easier way to do this. I guess just a screenshot is as good as it's going to get here. Okay, I think that'll do it. 1 second. Okay, almost got this. Our first round faction is going to be High Elves, though, which is going to be fun. I don't play them too often. Don't play the Elves too often. But yeah, I think High Elves have a couple of good matchups, actually. I think there's a handful of them that they're actually pretty decent in. Okay, let's do this. And there we go. All right, so that should be in the screen saved area. All right. And now we just need to go to the screenshots folder and grab that. Should be golden. So how's life treating you guys? Having some fun holiday times, hopefully. Hopefully you guys got to spend some time with family and friends and all that good stuff. All right, attorney. Oh, where did that go? Just disappeared into the shadow realm. Haven't played in a couple months. Oh, hey, House Cat, how you doing, man? It's a familiar face. Yeah, it's been a while, but are you playing tonight? Hopefully, hope to see you in the tournament. That'd be a lot of fun. All right. So here's the factions for tonight. They are posted in the Discord for anybody playing. There we go. And cool. So factions are posted. We're going to be getting our first round opponent here in un momento. And yeah, should be good. Cool. I wasn't going to play in this. I was going to cast it, and then I got the itch the last second. I was like, all right, we got to fire this off. We got to throw our hat in the ring and get wrecked with some factions I'm not great at. So here it is. High Elves are one I've been kind of scheming a little bit. I mean, I played maybe 2 games with them in the past week, but that counts as scheming. And let us see who our first round opponent is going to be. All right, so for round 1, let's see who we got. The tournament is now live, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you got the buy round, House Cat. Oh, no. Hey, man, it's okay. You get the buy round and you win your next 3 games, and you're, basically guaranteed a spot. So it could be worse. I'm playing Solo Spaghetto. All right, let's get Solo Spaghetto in here. So Solo. All right, we're up. And let me announce to the players that we are live in the tournament. Okay. So Goblins, we are live. We are live. So this is the pick 6 format. So basically, you play 6 factions in a row. You declare them before the tournament, and you have to play 6 different factions. So certainly challenging for people who don't have good faction range. Yeah, it makes for an interesting situation because you can't play repeat factions. So there's some tactics, right? Do you save your best factions for the semifinals and grand finals, or do you use them earlier? Hey, thank you for the donation. Appreciate the $4.99. Hey, right back at you, man. Hope you're doing good. No, we're playing High Elves this time around. Yeah. We're playing the High Elves. I'm sorry you got the buy round. Okay. So we have a blocker here. Yes, Wookiee is here to block. So we're playing Grand Cathay in round 1? What does that even look like? High Elves versus Grand Cathay? I have no freaking idea. Hey, Pone. Oh, I know. I wish you didn't have to. I wish you could be here with us, Pone. It's a damn shame, brother. It's a damn shame. All right, so I actually have never played. I don't think I've played this matchup. I can't even remember this. How does this matchup usually go? What do you do here? I have some cheeky ideas that are kind of fun. So what is Grand Cathay going to be doing, right? Are they going to monster mash us? Are they going to artillery us? There's a couple directions they can go for sure. No, you got to root for Grand Cathay here. High Elves are so fun to play in my opinion, but yeah, I'm not sure how to play this matchup. We're gonna find out the hard way, I am sure. Okay, so a couple of you guys are gonna be fine, and then for the rest of the army here. Okay, so yeah, we have crowmen, right? Crowmen are a thing that we have to put some respect on their names. So they're a little bit scary. Definitely just don't want to fight Cathay on their objectives. Okay. Yes. Rise. So my opponent probably going to go with the Dragon Twin, or maybe a Longma caster, like some sort of a Longma type character. Yeah, that seems like that would be the play. All right, so I think we do this. I have a concept of an idea. Okay, so let's cut this. Let's cut this. Yes, and yemps. That looks great to me. And then we can cut this ability, and yes, cut that as well. All right. So I think we've got the bare bones idea. Yeah, white lions are definitely good. I mean, but the Narnia lions are probably your best friend because they will trade well into the Cathay Cav. They're going to be good against a number of things. Yeah, Pony, you gotta let the kids have fun. That's right. That's right. Okay, so that looks good so far. Yeah, the Lore Masters of Hoth, I've often thought about bringing them as just infantry characters, but if you're not bringing them as a wizard, I just think it's kind of not super cost effective if you ask me. Yeah, Swordmasters are all right here. They definitely got some teeth. Do we want to bring Lothern Seaguard? Probably not. I think just like a couple baseline archers feel pretty good here in my opinion. Just a couple basic lads. So Narnia Lions are going to be maxed out, 100%. Dragon Prince ROR might be decent here actually, like the Fireborn. Yeah, we're playing elves in the first one. Yeah, we're playing the elves of the high nature in the first battle. Yeah, should be fun. Okay, so that's obviously going to be targeted by magic pretty heavily. Like that's the thing. Swordmasters, yeah, feasibly could be decent here, but they're also big sponges for taking the damage. So yeah, we need things to just kill Jade Warriors, which I think is not going to be too difficult. I don't hate this idea. This actually seems kind of like a fun tech here. I think we're going to try a little bit of this. All right, and then yeah, looking good. 300 gold left. Such an awkward amount of money. And then the White Lions of Krace would probably, I think, are your best bet. The fact that they have missile resist is quite nice too. You could throw in one Swordmaster for fun, but I think it's a little bit too risky. Yeah. Yeah, Bolt Throwers are okay, but Crowmen are like pretty annoying. The Crowmen are going to be able to shut them down. I didn't even know what Bolt Throwers are going to be good against on the Cathay roster. I mean, if they bring like a weird War Drum build or something, maybe having one Bolt Thrower in reserve is good. Perhaps. Yeah, it could be. Okay, let's get you guys and you guys. And then I think we want to find a way to get you guys in the reserve. Okay. Rangers against Cathay, I mean, they give you fast capture weight. That's the best thing about Rangers, honestly. Yeah, that's a fair point, Reginald. I don't hate the idea. I do not hate the idea. Fireborn, let me think about Fireborn here. What are they good against? Long Riders, they're good against Jade Lancers, but Jade Lancers are kind of a meme anyways. I mean, they're not that threatening to you. Yeah, probably just going light cav with Narnia Lions is going to be more cost effective, I would say. I definitely would assume that. Get a couple of you guys. Double dragon build. Dragons against Grand Cathay are not useless. Like a cheap dragon, I don't hate the idea of that. Like a sun dragon or something. Just bare bones to get like breath attacks on infantry positions and whatnot. That could be feasible for sure. All right, so we get all this, and then do you want to bring any like lion chariots themselves? I feel like just the Narnia lions are just so much more cost effective. So probably that's going to be a bit of a stronger route. Sisters of Avalorn in this matchup also, let's see. They can outrange all the Cathay shooting. What are they vulnerable against? I guess it would just be magic, really. Yeah, maybe like a cool Sister of Avalorn tech could be fun. Just like one in reserve or something. I don't know if that's going to be great, but we'll find out. And yeah, good luck, have fun. Let's see. I don't know how this build's going to go, honestly. It's a little bit wonky, but I'm hoping that it will get her done. Techless on a Magic Eagle. That's risky, though. That's very risky. Yeah. The big monster play against Cathay, they do have decent isolation with their shooting and stuff. All right. Let's see how this goes. This is going to be fun. The rest of the factions I'm playing tonight, I know pretty well. This is the only wild card in my roster. I wanted to play some High Elves. I had the itch for my boy Pone. I did bring a dragon. I did bring like a Walmart dragon, like a really cheap one, just to get breath attacks off. And Larry. Larry, I think, is good with Tempest, because Tempest can punish Crowmen. So if Crowmen are trying to like get into your lines and cause some havoc, you can punish them a little bit. So White Lions of Krace, lots of mobility. You know, this map is a pretty big wide map, so it's definitely mobility. The faction I picked is like dictated here by the by the map. Okay, so you're going to be up there. Kind of wish I had some Rangers to just hold that side point. I think that'd be kind of nice. All right, so front line's just going to be Spearmen, right? So we just got the Spearmen, and they're just going to be hanging out. And you don't need much to like hold the Cathay front line. Their damage output's really, really low. And we have a couple Archer units, which, you know, are expendable-ish. If I lose them, it's not the end of the world. Just thinking they can shoot Iron Hails and, you know, are going to force Crowmen summons out, which hopefully I can deal with. And then we got a dragon as well. So 3, 4, and we got a little dragon here ready to go. So we're going to grab the objectives, kind of read the room, see what my opponent is up to here. Let's see. Triple Phoenix plus Mass Sword Masters. Oh my god, you guys. I want to have a chance here, you know? Yeah. One Sister. Yeah, I think One Sister of Avalorn is kind of a fun tech. All right. Good luck. Have fun to my opponent here. We got the Solo Spaghetto. And we are ready to go. So let's see what he brings. Is it going to be a drum build? That would be interesting. I just have Earthblood, Tempest here, and Heart of Avalorn or Star. Feels pretty cost effective, honestly. I wonder if he's going to try and contest mobility. If he does, I should probably have the dragon nearby to play that. I mean, he can use Peasant Horsemen to go up and grab points, but High Elves will be massively advantaged in that regard. So what do we got? 11 units? Okay, probably something big there. The fact that I have 13, including a dragon, makes me think he's maybe a little bit wider. Yeah. All right, so the High Elves are up here. We're going to grab this point. I don't know why he's taking so long to set up. You better not be on stream solo. I'm watching you. All right, so let's grab this, do that, great, and then you guys can go get this, and we can get you out here to grab this point, and the dragon can go ahead and start cruising over here. All right, so who do we got? It's going to be, oh, Crane Gunners. I didn't even think of the Crane Gunners. So Crane Gunners, we just need to grab the points and basically sit like a really, really deep set and just not engage. And just force them forward is basically the plan, right? That's got to be it. So I do want to go grab this objective to get as many points on the board as possible. And then we're going to come over here and I think just play these like objectives out here. Yeah, those Crane Gunners are going to hurt a little bit. You know, I need to get this point, try and get as many points on the board as possible here. Our dragon's going to be chilling out. Crane Gunners, I like that tech actually. I think the Crane Gunner tech is really cool. It's you know, card counters my archers basically. It's pretty good against my monsters. So we just need to grab this. Let's juke back a little bit with one of them. We don't want to take too much damage. Because these guys later on we're going to use to try and... Yeah, he's unfortunately got like a big spread on that. So I think we got to peace out. I don't think we can afford to grab that objective. Pretty cool Storm of Shadows too. I like that. It's a nice tech there. All right, so we got our dragon. We're chilling out. And now we can start calling in some infantry here. So we're going to get the infantry. And the Reaver Cav are going to retreat. And he's going to get one objective, which is fine. So we know what needs to happen here. You know, we're going to go up and just kind of prep these two objectives and, you know, see what we can do. See what the rock is cooking. All right, so let's fly up here. And, yeah, what else do we want to call in? Do we just want to call in more spearmen? Probably more spearmen is fine. Just, like, get bodies up here ready to go. So we just hunker down on these two objectives and make them come and fight us here and look for an opening, essentially, is going to be the idea at some point. The dragon is all right. We do have the Righteous Lances out there. So kind of a cool disruption unit. I don't hate it, but I do have Tempest, so I can Tempest those bad boys down. And eventually he's going to have to come over here. And the Crane Gunners are going to be potentially exposed in, you know, more compromising positions. So, yeah, we get the slower units out first, I think is the idea. Just get all the White Lions to start waddling out here. We form up the ranks, and we see what they're planning here. Yeah, these guys are in the trees. Shouldn't take too much damage. But good screening. Yeah, the stage is set, that's right. So we just need to hold this for a long time, make it difficult for Grand Cathay, present shields, you know, those type of things. We'll get the infantry up here. So we're going to try and like waddle in for like a deeper surround of sorts. He could try some weird Vanguard shenanigans. My archers are definitely at a bit of a disadvantage. What is the range on these guys? So I could go start shooting at like these guys on the far side point here and just maybe do a little bit of poking, occupy the attention of those units. Okay, so now you guys need to move up a little bit. So we need to move up. We can't afford to let that objective go easily. And we'll call in another one of you guys, get you up on the side here. Larry's getting shot, but that's fine. She's got a ton of healing, so she's going to be okay. All right, so let's just start shooting here if we can and get some of these warriors to head this way, okay? So Spearmen arriving on the point, Spearmen arriving on the point. That should be enough capture weight to mitigate that, I'm thinking. And now you guys are poking, which I like. Gotta love it. And the archers are going to start getting pelted here. So it's the troll toll. It's being paid, you know. What can you do? Just shoot where you can and hope for the best. All right, so let's advance up this way. We can take the dragons, take you as well. And you Reavers are just going to kind of squeak around the outside here. So we'll just kind of chill right here for now. And then you guys can move up through there. All right, so we do have the objective. And I have, you know, essentially lost one archer unit, which is painful, but it is what it is. And we have some sort of monster being called in. So let's go charge here and charge here. I think that's going to be pretty good. And in the meantime, we flank around here as well and just try and get pressure going everywhere. So now it looks like we're going to get pressed a little bit here. And we want to do a big old Tempest on these guys. So we're going to do a Tempest. We're going to do this. And the dragon does get caught a little bit. But one crane gunner should pay the troll toll, and we do get the big Tempest up on those guys. So that's going to be one unit going down here. And then we got you guys circling around the back. So I'm hoping that will get the job done. But you can see Tempest really, really useful, right? So that's just money. All right, so one unit's going to be caught, and we're going to bring you guys around the outside. Let's get some Narnia lines coming in to reinforce, and just run away with the dragon for now. All right, so Larry's going to go jump on these crane gunners. You guys jump on these guys, and we just try and compromise every position that we possibly can. So the dragon is just going to kite and run. No drama with that. Archers are getting some respectable damage, so you gotta love it. So one crane gunner's offline, which is huge. This crane gunner's offline, and we're gonna kind of keep pathing through. And he might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew in terms of defending all those units. We'll have to see. But the Swordmasters are on their way. Not Swordmasters, but the big scaries. And you guys finish off these crane gunners, please. Larry's gonna keep doing her thing here. We'll get you guys moving up to fight, and Larry can go ahead and drop a Earthblood over there, which is gonna be pretty cost effective, I do say. All right, so these spearmen need to waddle them over this direction, and the dragon's going to keep going, so we'll just kind of keep running around with the dragon to be disruptive. And you guys get on the Jade Warriors, you guys get on the Jade Warriors, and now that the crane gunners are offline, we can call in Sisters of Avalorn. Actually, that's going to be pretty nice. All right, cool. So let's do this, and in the backfield, we still have this big grind, but it's actually going to be very good for us, because we have, I think that's worth a star right there, actually. I think it's worth a star. All right, so come down here. Let's get Larry back. We do get the Star of Avalorn there, which is huge. And the dragon character is now, does it have any support yet? I think we need to loop it all the way back around. Okay. So you guys get on these crane gunners, and that's going to be the end of the crane gunners for now. It looks like there's one over here, which we could probably detach and shut down. We are up on points pretty heavily. Value trading is going fine. And the Sisters of Avalorn are about to get in range, so we're going to lure them back there and see if we can salvage that dragon. Okay, cool. So Larry's just going to kind of chill out now. Our cav have done very well for themselves. Let's get our skirmish cav over this way and start reinforcing the woods. He might go for that. That would be my game plan here, I think. All right, dragon's going to come back in. Larry's cruising. We have the good grind going down on several points here. Spearmen are fighting it out there. Reinforcing there would actually be pretty good. We might even be able to steal that point. So let's go over here, see if we can squeak through there. Maybe do a little something, and one of you guys needs to come here and get those crane gunners, because we need to keep those things offline. All right, so the dragon is coming, and where do we want to go with this? I think maybe just bring it over here. It's going to be fine. Let's get you guys going after the Righteous Lances. And did we get that crane gunner offline? Not yet. Okay, so they're going to go down right here. Cool. You guys come over here. Let's head to the other side. Larry can go start using her bird talons to do a little bit of pecking here. Dragon is getting whooped on. Larry probably is going to want to heal that dragon. It's still a useful asset for us here. Let's get the Narnia lines to come here, help out against you, and the dragon is going to fight a little bit longer. It looks like it. We could drop a Tempest to try and salvage it. I think that's going to be pretty cost effective. All right, and you guys shoot up in the sky. Larry can attack there. And you skirmishers go down here. Meanwhile, on the far side objective, we start to put a little bit of Narnia pressure on there. So we get those lines to come over there and go for a triple cap. So Larry actually takes a lot of damage there. We should probably try and escape that situation if we can. Celestial Lion, let's blast it. Let's pull away. We do have the White Lions of Krace going to be camping that objective over there, and a fair amount of AFK units. All right, so let's get you here and send the dragon over there. So let's go see if we can get these dragon breath attacks off, right? And park you guys on this objective here. And do we have any more shooting we want to shut down? Not sure. Yeah, we're up on value with healing, so I think we're winning this game. All right, you shoot here. Larry can go after the Celestial Lion a little bit. And now it's time to line up some breath attacks. All right, so you guys go attack on these warriors. Very good. And let's line up here. Look for the breath attack. You guys sit here and see if we can finally get one. It's been a while. Yeah, so we're trying to get that good side breath. All right, there we go. All right, so you move in there. You move in there. Feeling pretty good at this point. All right, so more Narnia lines. Let's get them up there. Larry, how's she looking? Yeah, she's going to be helping out. Might be able to help with that one. On this objective, it's getting a little bit dodgy. We are being pulled off the point, so we need to make sure we move some units back there. But we do get this cap here, and Cathay is definitely not in a comfortable position right here. That is for damn sure. So let's just shoot these guys, and you pull back here. How's Larry doing? Larry's going to drop some heals back here. These are pretty cost-effective units, right? So we want to heal them if we can. All right, so do we drop a Star of Avalorn here? Honestly, we don't have too many other things to heal, so I really don't hate that idea, actually. Call in some Reavers, just some light cav to come up and help. And do we have anything we want to unsummon is the question. All right, so we got you guys camping in the woods to make sure we don't lose anything. Sisters and company are trying their best. The middle objective is in flux. A little bit of danger going down there. Let's keep our archers shooting at these Jade Warrior halberds and get the dragon over there to breath attack the halberds as well. All right, let's form ranks. Form ranks, keep the Narnia lines here. Cathay is going to need more than just one objective, that's for damn sure. We're very, very far ahead on points. And the Reavers, let's get them around the back of the formation, see what we can do. And look at those Righteous Lances. All right, Larry's trying her best. Let's drop another heal over here. And archers can shoot at you. And Narnia lines here. Let's do a little bit of unsummoning. That's going to be important here. And the Dragon Breath attack, now we can drop it here. All right, so 1 and 1. Looking good. These are going to be Jade Lancers, but Spears and Lions should rip them up. We get the good Breath attack there with the Dragon, so Dragon is absolutely pimping. Back here, Larry and company are hanging in there. Yeah, we need to get that friggin' Celestial Lion offline. That thing for sure needs to go. And let's just unsummon all these beat-up archers around the battlefield so we have some more units to summon a little bit later on. And yeah, you can see the dragons are doing good. Let's get the Spearmen against Spearmen. And honestly, the Crowmen, yeah, we probably don't need to worry about them too much. Okay, so another Narnia line's going to come in. And I think we do start to win over here, although Miao Ying's coming in, so it's going to get a little bit messy now. So let's just go ahead and Tempest her. I should have actually used Tempest on the Celestial Lion to try and break it. But we're going to drop the Tempest. We're going to flee the scene. The two lions here are able to rip it up. Let's go over here and have the Dragon fight the Crowmen. Crowmen get supported here. And, okay, do we have any other shooting? It looks like there's a little bit of treachery. The Crowmen are looking to maybe make a play over there. But I just need to play the other objectives, right? Like, this is fine. The Sisters of Avalorn are really actually, I would say, relatively tanky. They're a pretty resilient unit. Okay, let's go back here and shut down those Iron Hill Gunners. All right, so that position's been folded, and now we got these Jade Lancers. Let's pull these guys away like so, which is going to be good. Okay, and then if we can get them around, and yeah, those Jade Lancers are now basically just dead in the water. They're going to be a meme from here on out. Let's pull these Spearmen back, and what else do we have to call in the deep? So we have some more Narnia Lions, which honestly are just such a solid reinforcing piece that I think that is the way. Okay, so Larry, where do we go? It looks like, do we have anything to get back here? Not really. The Lions were able to feast. Crowmen, those are the Empress's Crowmen. Okay, so I'm going to need maybe some reinforcements here. Let's go ahead and call in a Reaver, put him in the trees, and, you know, support as needed. I think Larry and those Lions are going to be able to handle business, though. Yeah, we completely eviscerate them over here using the Dragon. I actually really, I'm a big enjoyer of, like, cheap High Elf Dragons. I feel like they're pretty underrated, just like the really just budget-friendly ones. Yeah, all right, let's get those Jade Warriors. Those Halberds in the middle are going to be a bit of a pain. I do have one more Dragon Breath, so let's see if we can bait them into, like, standing sideways. And, yeah, what are these? These are just some light cav, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like that is the case. All right, Spearmen, form ranks. Narnia Lions, head over to the middle. We can do a big Narnia Alpha Strike. And over here, it looks like the Crowmen did descend upon my White Lions. How are the Sisters doing? Yeah, man, those Sisters of Avalorn are just chads. They're still going. That's impressive stuff. Shouldn't have any issues here. We can go ahead and drop a Tempest on those guys. And in the meantime, let's come get a Breath attack right down the pipe on these. Get these Narnia Lions heading over here. Spearmen should be able to hold this with the light cav, I'm thinking. Oh, we need to take them out of that jam control group. All right, so they formed up. And do I have any White Lions to call in, like, anything good? Not really. We'll just call in archers and, you know, whatever. It's fine. It is what it is. It's ugly, but it'll work. All right, Tempest over here gets the job done. I gotta love to see it. The Breath attack melted those guys. So now we just come in and just absolutely punish them. They're just Jade Warriors, so they're not going to hold up super well. Use the Reavers to get them offline. Archers are going to waddle here. We'll send one over to this side. And, yeah, looks like they're going to attack here maybe. I think they want to use their bombardment, so let's just circle about face here. Cool. So we absolutely eviscerate those guys in the middle, which is good. And now we just flip this objective. Crane Gunner calling in the late game is usually not that strong. Usually when you call in Crane Gunner's late game, it means you're losing horribly. Yeah, I mean, he might not have anything else to call in is the thing. All right, so Larry's going to chill nearby. We got the triple cap here. And that is going to be all she wrote, folks. That is going to be all she wrote. Archers cruising. 2 archers here. Let's put some hurt down on the Celestial Lion. And maybe the Sisters are going to be able to finish it off. It is at 6 leadership. Thing's pretty beat up. Oh, look at the Chad Sisters of Avalorn. They actually got 1,400 value, like in that pit fight and with the little shooting they did this game. Pretty impressive. Yeah. All right, GG, well played. So the build was good. I think it was risky. The only reason it worked is because we killed all 3 Crane Gunners like immediately, right? My opponent played well considering how much they lost early for sure. But losing 3 Crane Gunners like that is going to be brutal. Like, we just swarmed their backfield and they didn't have the means to defend their tools. Yeah, it's a very different style playing, you know, non-chaos factions. I don't know what solo plays, but yeah, if you're going to be going gunline, you really, really got to defend pretty heavily. Hey, DL, I'm glad to hear that. All right. GG, well played. All right. Just chatting with my opponent here. And let's refresh it. Cathay is not a bad faction. They're definitely on the lower end of the spectrum, but I wouldn't say that they're bad. They're just very difficult to play. Your positioning with Cathay has to be like God tier. Like, has to be very, very good. All right, so that's a High Elf victory versus Grand Cathay. Cool, cool. That map was also not good for Cathay. That map was a much better High Elf map. But that's, you know, it's on the player because you get to pick what faction you want to play on what map. So that is part of it. Wouldn't Dryads outperform for a slot or two? You can't bring Dryads on High Elves, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Yeah, but Cathay is viable for sure. It's just the build was... So if you're going to go triple gunline like this, I think you need to go for a cheaper Lord and get more supporting elements, right? Like, you cut the Iron Hail Gunner, right? You replace these guys with Spear. So there's like a core issue with his build, is that it's really has a lot to protect, but it uses many expensive elements, including Meow and these two halberds. So there's no mobility to protect your shooting on the play, right? Like, his build needed to have like 3 or 4 cav out on the field to screen out my dive. If he has that, then his shooting maybe lives and he probably wins the game, right? Yeah. So like what I'm saying about this, and I don't play Grand Cathay, so take this with a massive grain of salt. But you need to go a little bit, if you're gonna go like shit you need to protect, you got to go a little bit cheaper. So probably Dragon Blooded Lord. I really liked his lore magic choice. I think just going with Talons of the Night and Storm of Shadows is very good, and bring the Jade Amulet. Okay, and you can cut all these, just bring maybe Arcane Conduit and go on a Jade Longma, right? That's got to be very cheap. So for the front line, you can go for this. If you wanted to go triple Longma, or triple Iron Hill, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like something like this out of the gates. So you have heavy protection already, because these guys can screen out the the Illyrian Reavers, and then you're obviously going to want a couple more of those in reserve, a couple more Peasant Horsemen, and then Crows, right, for days. Because this is your win con, right? The Crane Gunners are your win con. If they die, you just kind of lose with that style of play. So you need to go really heavily into protecting them, I think. All right, so let's see how we're looking for the round. It is underway. A lot of rounds just finishing. Let me give Housecat his buy round point. And for round 2, I can't remember who I'm playing. I'll have to take a look here. Who's next? Next up on the docket is going to be... probably needed. All right, so where are we at? So for my next faction, it's going to be... That's fine. Need to help somebody out with the mod stuff. Okay, let's give you the Warhammer roll as well. And here we are. Okay. So for the next round, I have Warriors of Chaos, one of my mains. So next round is going to be Walk. We're gonna play a little Blood Beast action, which sounds like a Rob Zombie song, my favorite. All right, so let's give you a point. What's a good piece of advice you give to a newer player for battles in Warhammer 3? I would say play factions based on what, like, the flavor that you enjoy and the style you enjoy. Don't always try and like chase the meta right away. And another thing is, like, I would say zero in on like 3 factions you want to learn, and kind of focus mainly on those before branching out, because it can be pretty overwhelming. There's a lot of factions to learn. Bring a slow to help trap dives. He did a good job using the snare, the Storm of Shadows in the beginning to punish my dive. What's the best artillery faction for Dom? So that massively depends on the map you're on, right? Like on some maps, Chaos Dwarves are like god tier because their weaponry can shoot up and over tree lines and stuff like that. It really depends on the map, but the best artillery factions in Dom, Empire is actually pretty damn good, because Hellblaster volley guns are extremely good, and so, I mean, as far as artillery goes, they're average in the meta overall. But Great Cannons and Hellblasters are really, really strong. You have tanks, right, which is awesome. So probably Empire. Grand Cathay is good also, but the Empire is much better at protecting their artillery because of having nets and a lot of other tools to control the field in the mobile game. Yeah, probably Empire might be one of the best artillery factions with Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves have very good artillery. Magma Cannons are extremely strong. And Deathshriekers are very good too. Yeah. All right. So let me check here. Just need to do a little bit of adminning stuff. My version of the game doesn't work. I only have the Total Tavern map pack. Okay. Looks fine. The buy round has been done, and we will see what the rock is cooking. No, the Empire artillery is very good because, I mean, Dwarf artillery is very strong also, but Empire has mobility to protect their artillery. Dwarves, although Dwarven artillery crews are very stalwart. They take a long time to finish off. Yeah, Dwarf artillery is very good too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, so Games Workshop is... I was trying to get on their website today. Man, it was crashing nonstop. It's like... And it's because they launched the Empire today. So if you go to Games Workshop, check this out. It's so awesome. Oh, yeah, look at that. The Empire of Man. So the Empire has been brought back to the old world. And I mean, they were already in the game, but now you can actually get the minis. So not all of them. They've done like the first wave, right? So you can get the battalion box, which honestly is pretty bad. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Like, handgunners are pretty mediocre. Maybe a Nuln will be okay. Yeah, this is basically like a Nuln detachment. The steam tank is very good, though. Yeah, so you got the mortars, the War Altar, Demogryph Knights. I actually got some Pistoliers today. I got a batch of 10 of them. So, and honestly, I was actually impressed with how many Knights the starter box came with. I thought they were really going to do us dirty and give us like a small batch, but you actually get 12 Knights in a box, which isn't terrible, I guess. So you got the Empire Knights, and then... yeah, you got the General of the Empire. You got some of the characters coming back. You got the Giga Chad Free Company Militia. Dude, I love how old and haggard those models are. It's just so expensive. I don't know. I almost like feel like I would just 3D print like Highland miniatures or something. But these ones are pretty cool. Too expensive though for me, for what you're getting. But check out who else came back. So the Empire, the War Wagons aren't for sale yet. I don't think the War Wagons are going to be in the second batch, right? Yeah, they're not selling the War Wagons yet. That's going to be in the next wave. So people will have to proxy those, which is unfortunate. Check these guys out, though. The Teutogen Guard, the Ulrich Guard. They're so haggard. Oh, look how cool they are. In Old World, they're going to buff infantry and nerf monsters and wizards for sure. Only a matter of time. Yeah, I agree. It's just a matter of time. Dude, look at the Teutogen Guard though. It's kind of BS that it only comes with 5 because if you're running Teutogen Guard, you're gonna have like between 15 and 20 of them. So there's no way you're gonna catch me spending that kind of money to run a brick of 20. Like, plus I prefer greatswords anyways. I like the floppy hats and the Zweihanders. Yeah, the Imperial Ogres are cool. That model straight up looks like it's from like the early 90s. Yeah. He's cool though. There's a lot of flavor on this guy. You know what I would want to do with this guy is run him as like an Empire Engineer, like have an Ogre Engineer guy in the back, like just as my Empire Engineer. I think the flavor on that is very, very fun. All right, let's refresh it. Yeah, the Teutogen Guard are disgustingly overpriced. Those things should be like, for 15 of them, you should be paying that much. Because like, yeah, okay, we still have one game still to finish. Like I'll order some miniatures from Games Workshop, but when they're like dirty like that and they charge that much, I'm like, dude, come on, man, let's get our shit together, right? So let me like show you guys, for example, Highland. Where is this? I'm trying to find this here real quick. Okay, store. 1 second, I've almost found this. Is it these guys? Yeah, I'm not sure. Hard to find. In another life. Do you play 40k? Yeah, I do. I play Death Guard. Yeah, I probably have like 4,000 points of Death Guard. That was my first army I ever did for Warhammer, was Death Guard. I mean, I had some fantasy minis that I bought right before the end times, but yeah, so good times. The Highland Free Company looked really good for sure. Yeah, and that's the route I would go 100%. To be fair, they've always done us dirty. Yeah, but like for example, like the getting 12 Empire Knights or 16 Empire Knights for that price isn't like that bad of a deal. But like paying for like 5 Teutogen Guard the same price you would pay for like 12 cavalry models is really stupid. Yeah. So there's a line to be drawn. Do I own Mortarion? Oh yeah, he's awesome. He's one of my favorite minis. Yeah, Mortarion's great. All right. So those two are still playing. Yes. All right, cool beans. He wants to join the greater good. Dude, I would never play the Filthy Tau. Oh no, Pwn. Okay, so let's go set up a lobby here. We're going to be starting the next round here in just a minute, probably in the next 3 minutes, and we are on the Warriors of Chaos. Let's do a little bit of scouting, actually. The map is going to be... And now that you can load into domination games with AI, it's really nice for scouting the maps, which is really important in tournaments. You definitely should, because it can heavily determine your builds. So the next one is Terracotta Graveyard, which I think has like some heavy obstruction. Let's load and check this out. You send a koi dirty chat. That's funny. Thank you, man. I appreciate the $2. Do you still play tabletop 40K? I play 40K too, not as often, but I play, you know, once every 2 weeks maybe. Yeah. I don't really like 10th edition that much of 40K. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of devoid of flavor. Like I used to, what I really like is I miss war gear, like being able to like buy cool custom items for your characters and make them feel very unique. Okay, yeah, this map is very good for walk. Okay, I did pick the right faction then. So the idea is, right, you like plop a hell cannon right here, like on this hill, and you can shoot objective 1, you can shoot objective 2, you can reach 3 if you need to. And if they want to do direct shooting, you know, they can set up a cannon in the middle, but then you just move your hell cannon right here, and it totally screws up their game plan. So this map is a very good map for hell cannons. What do you think of the Fulgur model? It's all right. Yeah, I think Mortarion is 1,000 times cooler. But that's just me. That's just my... I don't know. Yeah, the Fulgrim model is epic. It looks like it's going to get broken super easy on tabletop. Like, I feel like Fulgrim is just going to get wrecked. There's going to be memes of him flying off tables and just, you know, shattering into a million pieces. Okay. So let me chat to the players. Huh. Ah, so you guys are done. So you two are done. Or couldn't match. Okay, so we're going... So just got to do a little bit of admin work here. So you two can... Okay, so we're going to advance the round. Okay. For yourself with... May need fix off stream. Okay, so it looks like they were having some compatibility issues, so we're just gonna have to make an admin call here and we should be good to go. I mean, the Abaddon model, in my opinion, is much cooler. I really like Abaddon. I think the Abaddon model looks amazing with the mask. Like when he has like the face mask on, I think that's like one of the coolest minis. All right, so... Okay, let me message this player. Be on your end. I can help you fix off stream. Okay. Yeah, some weird compatibility issue. Not sure what it's going to be. But, all right. Can I get a link to the Discord? Yeah, we should have some mods in chat. I could drop a link to the Discord, 100%. We did actual... Oh, we did the actual match, Empire Mirror. Can that be reported instead? Okay, one moment. All right. So there we have it. Yeah, Death Guard. I really preferred how Death Guard and a lot of the factions played in the earlier editions. 10th edition just doesn't do it. Next round. All right. Strange compatibility issues, and now we will advance the Swiss to the next round, and we are live. Sorry about the delay. And here we go. I do have greenskins today as well. Oh, we're playing my boy Harrison. We have dueled many a times. And next round is live. Okay, guys, round is up. Find your opponents. Tickle the pickle. Have some fun. Goblins, round 2 is live. Curious what Harrison's going to be playing. Harrison is a Chaos enjoyer. He plays mostly Chaos, so let's have some fun with it. All right, so jumping out. This could be a mirror match. Harrison is one of the few other people who plays Walk. There's not many of us. There's a handful, but we are the Warriors of Chaos hipsters. All right, we're up, and the map is going to be the Terracotta Graveyard. All right, awesome beans. There we go. The metal Abaddon? No, the new Abaddon. I'm talking about the new one. Yeah. He's Kislev. Oh, I've been playing this matchup a bit. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit practiced here. Let's see if we can put it to the test. I have the last 3 times I played this matchup, I've won it with Warriors of Chaos in tournaments. So I'm curious to see. Although Harrison, the disadvantage for me is that Harrison knows my build, most likely. So that is a little bit frightening. 100%. Okay. Let's get you, and then we're gonna slap this bad boy in here. Yes, good, Anakin, good. Let the hate flow. Now, what else do we want in this build? What am I worried about? You know, honestly, the one thing I'm kind of nervous about is the heavy war sleds. They seem kind of scary. So I think, what do we have against the heavy war sleds? I mean, armored chaos trolls are pretty good. They're definitely nice. Blood beasts of Khorne are also a very viable choice, I think. And, yeah, Kislever's Chaos is very good flavor. I agree with that 100%. It's always fun. Yeah, that looks good. Let's mix in a couple of these bad boys. And do we want another Hellstrider Slanesh? Probably. You honestly can't have enough of those damn things in this matchup. They're so good. They're so incredibly good. Now, what about Warriors in this matchup? Do we need Chaos Warriors? I think just like going cheapo Marauder Great Weapons are pretty good. I find they usually get the job done. If only I could bring the Blessed Khorne Gore. It's more about... All right, so, I mean, the Hell Cannon, yeah, I think is a staple. I mean, I don't know how they effectively shut down a Hell Cannon easily. Like, getting back there is no easy feat. Lore choices, you have a couple. You know, Village is always good. Eocold is a nice addition in this matchup. Kolek's a little too risky. I mean, you can go Nurglecaster Kolek, and he can bonk down a lot of big targets. Valkia is also god tier. That's probably the direction I'm going to be leaning is Valkia. And for reinforcements, how are we looking? Yeah, the baseline Chaos Warrior is pretty chad, but Things in the Woods will give him the dirty pretty bad, so you got to watch out for that. I've used Swords of Chaos in this matchup before, but unless you're going with like an Nurglecaster, I think Swords of Chaos are a little bit too risky for my liking. Yeah, a little bit too risky. So the Terracotta Graveyard. Yes, yes. Let's get you. Let's do that. I'm bringing some cool stuff, though. The build, normally I'm very not neckbeardy with this build, but, you know, a little bit more meta. But we're trying some cool stuff. How much money do they cost? Yeah, they're a little bit too expensive. Okay. So let's get you, and we can go ahead and add it on up. I would suspect that there's going to be some foul magic afoot. Let's put you in reserve for the starting army. And then we can slap you in, and we have like, what, 1,000 gold, give or take? All right, let's get you in there too. That looks pretty good to me. Then baseline Marauders. Oh, they're so close to being able to afford it. I'm having to really squeeze it out here to get the units I want. Any other magic we want to do? Probably not a bad one. Good luck, have fun. We'll see what my opponent's got. Let's see what the rock is cooking. Let's do it. All right. Oh, Tomoko. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully we can get your connection working so you can play, you know? Yeah. Thank you for your donation, though. No. Yeah, I really hope we can fix your compatibility thing. Ban Valkia. Yeah, Valkia is really good here. It's kind of hard to justify their lord choices. She's just like the Sleipnir against the elite Kislev infantry, the anti-large against like half their roster. All that stuff is very, very strong. So after this faction, who do we got? So in the next round of play, I'll give you guys all my factions. Okay, so I have High Elves, Warriors of Chaos, Greenskins after that, and then we have Khorne. And then I'm actually going really wild. If I end up making it to the semis, I have some weird faction choices. I have Tzeentch in the semifinals, and then I have Chaos Dwarves in the grand finals if we end up making it there. So it's going to be, if I do make it that far, it's going to be wild. Yeah. Harrison with the big thinking right now. He's putting on his thinking cap. I can tell. What's it gonna be? Wookiee is here, judging all. I wonder if the app, the army building app, is added in the war wagons yet for the Empire. Let's see. Oh damn, they did. Okay, cool. Yeah, check this out. While we're waiting, so when you go to build Empire armies now, super cool. So you have a couple armies of renown. So let me delete this. And you have the City-States of Nuln, which is one of the special armies. And then you also have the Order of the Knights Panther, White Wolf, Blazing Sun, Knights of Moor, or Fiery Heart. So you have knightly orders now, which you can play, which is super fun. And as you're creating your regular army, so for example, let's say I want to bring some Inner Circle Knights, you can see I can bring them from different orders, right? So what do the Knights Panther do? So Knights Panther have... Yeah, Knights Panther have hatred for Warriors of Chaos and Beastmen Brayherds and Demons. And they also have magic resist, which is super cool. Yeah, so that's nice. Like, the meta is pretty chaos heavy. No, it's not so much Beastmen and Demons of Chaos. But that's Knights Panther. And the magic resist is not irrelevant, though. I think Knights of Moor is probably one of the more popular ones I've been reading about. So Knights of Moor have hatred for undead models. They also have fear, which makes them immune to fear, which is really, really cool. And they have magical attacks. So magical attacks are pretty relevant. You know, if you're facing off against like Green Knight, things like that. I think Knights of Moor are pretty Giga Chad. And they have like full plate armor and barding and everything. So I did. Yeah, thank you, Tomoko. I responded to it. I was saying that I hope you can get your business taken care of here soon. Knights of the White Wolf are badass because they have Furious Charge, which means on the charge they get an extra attack, which is really, really good. And on top of that, you can get Wolf Hammers. So Wolf Hammers are a new weapon type. Where is this? Yeah, Wolf Hammers. Oh, they don't have them written into the game yet, but the Wolf Hammers are like great weapons that you don't lose initiative for. So it's super awesome. Yeah. And yeah, so the Empire's got that, and then you got the War Wagons. Check this out. Oh yeah, dude, the Chad War Wagon pick. I love it. All right. Oh shit, we're in the game. Okay. I was like, he was taking a while, so I wasn't sure. All right, guys, let's get this party started. You guys know the drill on this map. He knows the drill, I would imagine. We're going to put this bad boy over here just to kind of sit and chill out. And we're going to get a couple Marauders to move up. Yes, yes. Try and roll up and grab some points. We got Village and Eocold. They're some of my favorites in this matchup, for sure. Got you guys here. And then on the low ground, we're going to go ahead and send a... do you want to send a Halberd over there by itself? Yeah, Halberds are pretty self-sufficient in this matchup. They definitely can hang. We got one Armored Chaos Troll, who's going to be with the main unit. And yeah, we got another great open over here as well. This, and we'll have the Spec Ops Halberd make a play for the back objective. Am I going to play LVO for the Old World? Probably not. It's in January, right? So we're going to be traveling. We postponed our vacation a little bit. So first week of January is when we're traveling. It was going to be during the holidays, but it was just hectic and we had a lot going on. So how do you recommend starting with multiplayer? Yeah, so get in our Discord first and foremost and start talking with people in there. We have like forums where people discuss faction tactics, and organize games and play in the new player events. Like, playing quick battle is kind of shitty, honestly. It's all right, you know, if there's no other options, but playing in these organized, like, new player events and things like that is a really, really good way in. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. Good luck, have fun. And, okay, so he's got to be ready, so let's go ahead and advance up through the woods. Let's get the Hell Cannon starting to unleash some hellish salvos there, and we're going to waddle you down there. And it should be good. All right, so we got the Horse Archers coming out. They obviously can out-skirmish us a little bit, but we just need to juke here. Yeah, just juke a little bit. There we are. Hell Cannon should be able to put it down. And I have some cool call-ins for sure. I got some cool stuff on the horizon. Hell Cannon able to rip some cost-effective shots there. And now we're going to just switch to you guys and get this objective. And we should be there soon-ish. Looks like this is where the fight's going to take place on this point. All right. All right, got my game sound on now so I can actually hear what's happening. And let's do the boom. And what do we want to call in next? Do we want to call in more Marauders? We could do a Marauder unit just waddling to the middle. Not going to be a bad idea. And we need to grab this objective, and the Chaos Warrior is going to grab that objective pretty easily down there, so we should be chilling. All right, Hell Cannons are, you know, really keeping the skirmish game even, right? Because otherwise, Kislev would be dominating me in the skirmish with their Archer versus, you know, my Unga Bunga here. So let's get another Armored Troll coming out. All right, and we have arrived on the point, so we're just going to sit on the edge of the point here and hold on to this. It's an Ice Worm Lord, which I pretty much see nonstop. That's usually been the go-to. So we're going to park you on the back corner of the objective. And now we're going to have them triple capped, right, which is huge. So that's going to be very nice. All right, so back we go. And Aecold and company are going to be arriving up on the point. So we want to go start the grind, right? We want to get that bump and grind going. So next up, what do we want to shoot? Kossars with spears. Probably shooting the armored Kossars is going to be your best bet. So I shouldn't have left the point. That was a mistake. I could have just stayed on there and been very annoying. So let's get you guys in here. Let's get you guys in here. Get these Marauders going up here. And you Great Weapons can kind of hide behind. All right, so we're going to see if we can salvage this objective here and keep them from getting it. All right, so I do manage to push them off, so that is excellent. And now we are going to need a little bit of mass up there to do our thing. All right, so let's get this back. Let's get these trolls rolling over here. And now we want to do a Infernal Gateway back here. So we do have those guys, which are going to be pretty good targets for us. I don't have enough for an overcast, but it's fine. And we are back, so we're going to flee the scene, move up with you guys. And we need to keep those horsemen online there for sure. So we do get the Infernal Gateway right on the face of those units, which is huge. And let's move up. Hold on to the point a little bit, make sure I have the capture weight, and outstanding. So next up we call in some Blood Beasts. Blood Beasts are awesome. I do start to lose the fight on the high ground, but that's okay. It was expected, you know. I don't have as good of an army as what my opponent's rocking here in terms of the high ground. And my characters should be pretty good. The Frostworm is an anti-infantry monster, or anti-large monster, so my foot-based characters should be resilient. I could be wrong, but we're going to find out the hard way. All right, so let's get the Blood Beasts over here in the woods, get them down here. As a matter of fact, let's get these trolls back, and the Hell Cannon is still just shooting into the infantry and getting a lot of value. So let's go on the Kossars with spears, and you guys can just keep fighting and bonking whatever you can. And we got the Winged Lancers coming in, so let's go ahead and charge them there and there. Get the Horsemen down here as well, and get the Blood Beasts over there to help. All right, so how are the characters looking? They're looking pretty good. The Hell Cannon is singing and doing some excellent damage. And now we have to decide what we want to call in. All right, so we're hanging out there. Hell Cannons are still raining just some hot steaming fire. And we are killing the Patriarch slowly but surely. Those characters are getting the job done. Now we just need to save up for like another Vortex type effect, which is going to be fine. These Halberd Warriors doing a great job. All right, so the Trolls are running. My opponent can chase them down if they want to, but if they do, I'll counter with the Hellstriders. Let's get the Blood Beasts in the trees, get them back. And are they really going to chase the Trolls all the way off the battlefield? That would be a risky gambit for sure. All right, so the Patriarch is almost dead. He is certainly has seen better days. And I'm just waiting to see if my opponent overextends a little bit, right? That's going to be the plan. All right, so yeah, we've almost got the Patriarch down. And my opponent going pretty hard in the paint to chase those Trolls down. So now we're going to call in Hellstriders to go try and catch that character and see if it ends up, you know, working out for us. All right, so the Blood Beasts are here. Let's sit to the back of the objective. We get Winged Lancers coming, but they're not going to have a good time versus Halberds, right? So the Hellstriders do manage to get there and get a bit of a surround on the Lord. We're going to move back this way now. And the Hell Cannon is going to start shooting into... Yeah, Kislev Warriors are a fine choice. We're going to need way more infantry up on this point, though. We don't have too many, so let's get Marauders and just great weapons to help buffer, because he's going to be coming at me with Halberds, and then my monstrous units are going to suffer. So, all right, so that's a really good punish on my opponent's part there. Very nice. We get caught in the Hawks of Miska, which is a good spell. Let's get the Warriors involved there and keep the Blood Beasts and other monsters of the old world back. Let's go ahead and form the ranks with the Halberds to watch the advancing heavy cav. Okay, so the Marauders are going to move in and do some glorious combat there. Marauder Horseman Throwing Axe is going to go up and support. My Hellstriders did get wrecked, but it's all good. Very nice play from my opponent's part. Very nice play. All right, so let's get the throwing weapons. Let's do a little bit of this. And the Halberds are just hanging out here. My opponent is going all the way around the back, which is, I don't know how well that's going to work out. We'll have to see. It's a bold strategy, Captain. We'll see if it works out for them. Up on the high ground, we're slowly grinding this point out. And that's the advantage of those characters. They give you really good sustainability, like really nice. All right, so these Marauders decided to just Netflix and chill here. We're going to move you guys in, okay. And the Blood Beasts are hunting down the Winged Lancers. Not quite able to get them. On the high ground, we do have the Draconic character doing nasty business. Okay, let's just move in 2 more infantry and just kind of start swarming the field. Calling in the Dogs of War. And we can't quite catch those guys, so no problemo. But we are up in value, right? Yeah, we're pretty good on value. Although my opponent does have healing. Let's do a little bit of this. That's going to be... Oh, man, he moved right as I cast it. That's unfortunate. All right, so pulling on back. Let's get you guys to go charge those Winged Lancers. We do get the Vortex right on top of those bad boys. Hell Cannon, let's put the boom in there, and we want to start going after the Armored Kossars here, for sure. So Village and Company are grinding the high ground point. I have a big points lead, so we got plenty of time. We're going to chase these Winged Lancers with our Marauder Horsemen. Use the Blood Beast to also pursue and provide a little bit of support. Trolls do get routed, which is a little scary, but should be fine. All right, so how are we looking here? Yep, they're slowly grinding this point out. Halberds are on vacation down here and doing great, and it looks like those Winged Lancers are going to get caught and killed. It's going to get a nice little charge here, but nothing too terrible. All right, so let's get you guys. Go charge here, and Marauders keep moving forward. We need to manually do that. And the Hellstriders hopefully can pin down that Lord. We'll have to see. But yeah, the Horsemen are getting good work in against those. Let's get you guys to chase here. And the Marauders are grinding there. Hellstriders do get caught in there again. The Hawks of Miska seems to be pretty effective here. Although we can partially dodge it. Yeah, it looks like, okay, we actually dodged it that time. It's not going to be as bad. Okay, moving up on the point. And then let's loop around. Let's go jump on those Winged Lancers. You guys hustling, and the Blood Beast can move in, and the Marauder Horsemen need to come back this way now. Yeah, we don't want to overextend too deeply into the dreaded lands. All right, so the Hellstriders can go here. And do we have any other mobility that can really do anything? Not really, but the middle's starting to crack open. We are getting into the cookie jar here. Okay, let's get the Armored Chaos Trolls to come back, and that's the nice thing about Trolls. They're kind of like finding a Christmas present. You know, you're like, oh, I forgot about you. Right, so let's get the Blood Beast moving. They're always going to be pretty nice. Hawks of Miska is on cooldown here. And it's only a matter of time before we threaten that objective too. Let's force path up. Are we going to be able to get out of that? Not really. Okay, so let's get you guys here. You guys parked on the objective and keep these Halberd boys watching while we constantly threaten the high ground with these foot characters. It's really, really cost effective. Hellstriders do get wrecked. My opponent's doing a good job shutting those down. Now let's go after the Armored Cossars here. The Blood Beasts have arrived, so let's just slam them into the back of this unit. We do get 2 heavy cav coming in actually. Yeah, are they heavy cav or are they just dervishes? Okay, they're just dervishes. No problem. So we're going to move those guys across. Blood Beasts are going to jump onto this fight. And, yeah, let's go ahead and do a Vortex right there. That's going to be money. That'll keep the Dragon character up top, you know, which is going to be good. I think a Chosen Halberd is going to be my next call-in. I like Chosen a lot. When people start to run out of Winds of Magic, they're just super good. All right, so we're going to continue grinding here. A lot of pretty cost-effective fights, I do say. And these are dervishes, so we could probably use our Marauder Horsemen to outmuscle them. Let's get you guys punching these guys in the face. You Marauders running over here. Blood Beasts are crumping, and yeah, I think a Chosen is going to close the game out. Yeah, I think it is. So how are we looking here? Yep, high ground points looking good for us. A couple Marauders do get run down by the Winged Lancers, which at this point, this is too good of a catch not to go for. We get a Hellstrider out there to just butter their bread. Okay, retreating you. Let's get these Halberds to come over here and screen this out. My opponent is probably getting primed up to lose this point here. 100%. And it looks like the Winged Lancers are going to die here. We call in some Marauders and capture weight, I think. Not a bad idea. All right, let's move you guys up. Need to do a little bit of unsummoning here. So we're going to unsummon you guys. And unsummon the Hell Cannon, which is going to be a nice little refund. So we need to unsummon that. Blood Beasts are fighting a fat dragon, which is scary. Yeah, the dragon should be able to kick its butt. That's pretty much what it was designed for. And we do catch my opponent slipping over here a little bit, which is nice. Cool. So, yeah, I'm really ahead on value. There's going to be like a break point in this game where my opponent's back just kind of breaks, and then I'm able to roll on through. I'm going to send the Halberds to the middle too, and we can reinforce this outside with the Chosen unit, which will then rotate to the middle at some point. All right, let's get the Chosen. Chosen Chad Halberds coming, and Chosen are a nice call in when your opponent's out of Winds Magic. It's usually when it's very, very nice. Okay, let's head these guys off. We got a shit ton of capture weight heading to that point. These Marauder Horsemen can go after the Kosovo Dervishes, and I wonder if my opponent's going to make a play for the outside here. You know, if I could save those Armored Trolls, that would be nice. I don't know if that's going to be possible, though. All right, so Halberds and company going to move there. High ground's looking pretty good for us. We do start to fold up those warriors there, and we have a lot of capture weight, like I said, coming in. So let's make sure we stay on the point, keep the Horsemen chasing here. Let's do a little bit of unsummoning. So we need to unsummon a lot of our beat units. Get those Marauders back in the pool so we don't run out of units for the late game. Halberds fighting a Patriarch, and our characters doing pretty good. Okay, my opponent still wasn't out of Winds of Magic. The joke was on me, but even still, we should be able to get in and do pretty good stuff here. Let's get the Hellstriders to pull back. We do manage to steal the high ground point, so now really it's going to be a matter of holding on to the low ground here, which the Chosen should be able to do pretty well, but just to be safe, I'll call in a Hellstrider, and they'll go over there and secure that. Blood Beast, we need to unsummon them. Get them back in the pool. Stop blobbing up our infantry here if we can. Let's get you to go after the Witch. Unsummons going down. Unsummons. Yes. Housekeeping is being done. And cool. All right. So the Kosovo Dervishes going to get run down. And our Halberd Warriors doing pretty good. At least keeping my opponent's attention. And it looks like the big Ice Witch is up on the high ground now. And yeah. I think we're in good shape. Nice play here, mowing down my Hellstriders. And they're gonna go all the way to Slanesh, I'm sure. But we're in the process of flipping the middle point. Chosen have arrived down here, which is going to seal the deal there. And what can we send to the middle? Yeah, let's go hunt down these last tattered cav units. Marauders are back in the menu. Marauders are great. You gotta love Marauders. We're gonna wait for this guy to get a little cheaper before we pay for it. And perfect. All right, close enough. They're gonna head to the middle. And yeah, looks like we got this game in the bag. We're 10,000 against 7.5. I literally have not lost this matchup in a while. I feel like it's pretty good for Walk. On this map, on an open field map, a little Grom would change the dynamics of the game a lot. But, you know, again, this tournament, one of the big variables is picking your faction for your map, right? Let's drop another Vortex right there. All right, looking good. You guys are here. Hellstriders cleaned up those fast cav, and we can just roll them up here to make sure we don't lose this point. We do get a nice little Vortex. I love the Aecold and Village combo. Like, Village probably has like 2k value right now. Yeah, 2.5. What a Chad, right? All right, so let's get you speedy boys over there. We're going to go ahead and rotate you to the middle. And usually when you rotate something off of an objective, it's a good idea to follow up with reinforcements to cover their absence if you need to defend a point. So that's what I like to do with the Marauders and, you know, such units. All right, Hellstriders, let's get them over here. And chasing and chasing. How we look it up on the high ground? Losing a little bit of capture momentum, actually. Yeah, the Marauders, get them back on the point. And do we have anything speedy? We can get some hounds, like some capture hounds, and have them just come in here and bash those guys. The Chosen are making their way to the middle, and the Hellstriders have done good, but I was lured into some halberds, so we need to run right now. We're gonna flee the scene. Some Marauders, some Marauders, some Marauders. Yeah, it's gonna be like literally 20 capture weight there. It's gonna be pretty brutal. Okay, up on the high ground, we're looking pretty good. The hounds come in and just rip apart those Kislev halberds, and we can use them to do the same thing over here. So we're gonna bounce them over. Turin is good. How dare you? I am an okay Empire player. They're just, Empire's so much harder to play. They're a lot harder to play, man. Let's unsummon you guys. Get these guys to reinforce, and that's going to be GG for sure. I don't see any coming back here. Kislev is a good faction, though. I think Kislev can beat Warriors of Chaos. I just think you need to... The Ice Witch is a huge trap, because Valkia hard counters her, and she's not good against Village or any of those other foot characters, which, in my opinion, are very meta here. So I'm not a big enjoyer of that character. I think the Ice Witch is a huge, huge trap in this matchup. All right, so the Chosen halberds, we can have them go fight the armored Kossars. It's fine. They can jump off the point here. We'll get you to come back this way. He's going after the hounds. We can call in another Hellstrider. Why the hell not? Let's do it. All right. So perfect and perfect. Chosen halberds gonna go grind. We got the reinforcements holding the back point down. So you always want to put your, this is a good fundamental. You always put your shields in front and your great opens behind, because the shields, of course, against a hybrid shooting faction, it matters. We do get a good surround there, though. Hellstriders are nibbling. And Village and Aecold honestly probably carried this game with the Hell Cannon. I think they were the big breadwinners. Cool. Let's do this. Do this. The Chosen halberds are just having a field day ripping up those units. And let's get an Armored Troll coming in. Armored Trolls are pretty great. He does get a nice charge there and is really bouncing around. Gonna have to pull the halberd unit back. Can't risk losing this objective. He's still sweating pretty hard, so I can't let my guard down. All right, so yeah, let's get the Hellstriders to rotate to the middle. Chosen halberds are gonna waddle to the middle point, and these guys should make it there as well. So come on, team. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, I don't think it really matters at this point. The Hellstriders are gonna feast right now, pretty damn hard. All right, so these characters hold it down. Let's get these hounds over here. Even if this middle point were to flip, but it's not going to. The Chosen do arrive. Hellstriders are going to come in and clean up everything, basically. All right, GG, well played. Ice Witch value? 1,900. So, I mean, it's all right. Village got 2,700, though, and Aecold himself got 1,400, just literally from combat, which is pretty incredible. GG, well played. All right. That build is just super steady, man. It's been so effective. The Hell Cannon got 2,000 value. Winged Lancers, yeah, Little Grom doesn't work on that map. You can't do it. Double Hell Cannon is too much to protect. It's too much. And plus, I really only like the ROR because it has way more ammo. So the ROR has 40 ammunition, and the regular Hell Cannons, which aren't, are 350 gold cheaper, mind you, they have 25 ammo. So the extra output, the extra damage in conjunction with the extra 15 ammo is just so good. It's so good. All right, so let's do this. And report the score. So we're off to a good start so far. Yeah, that Kislev, you can't use the Ice Witch there, I don't think. It just doesn't do enough, and it's too expensive. Okay, so that's got to be 1-1. And you got Warriors of Chaos versus Kislev, which I would be willing to wager that that matchup is pretty Walk favored this season. I don't know. Let's see what the stats look like. So Warriors of Chaos have a 52% win rate, and currently against Kislev they are only 2-1. Okay, there haven't been that many games played. Yeah, hungry Hell Cannon. That's right. So the factions I have remaining in tonight's tournament are going to be Greenskins are next. Greenskins are another one of my factions I've been playing a lot, and then we have Khorne. So aside from High Elves, it's mainly stuff I'm good at, and then the semifinals and finals are risky, though. I decided to meme a little bit there. So I have Tzeentch, and then I have Chaos Dwarves. Man, I got on YouTube to watch an old faction war, but got to catch what's live. That's right. Yeah, you're going back to the old school. We'll have a faction war when I get back in mid-January. I'm on vacation. We're leaving on the 3rd, I think, of January. So after New Year's. Traveling during the holidays is just such a nightmare. So, yeah, we decided to reschedule that bad boy. All right. Yeah, the Greenskins, but that's an unfair... The Greenskins are not an Unga Bunga faction. They're not. Greenskins are actually a very, very dynamic faction. You have to manage low leadership infantry. You have to manage charge bonus. You have to micro a lot of cav units, a lot of archers, skirmish cav. Greenskins are not that Unga Bunga, actually. Yeah, it's a misconception. Yeah, Bretonnia is rough, William. They're rough, dude. 3 and 6, though. It could be worse, right? It could be worse. Could be a lot worse. All right. So we will see who our opponent is coming up here soon. Let's take a look at some of this, actually. Yeah, I wanted to look at more Empire stuff with you guys. Okay, so... Yeah, if we're looking at the new action, yeah, War Wagons seem uber cost-effective. For only 140 points, they haven't had their stats uploaded yet because it's not out yet, but they have like 6 wounds or something with a 3-up save. And T5, I think, which is really good. T5 or T6. Yeah, but I think what will probably end up happening is, for me, something I'm very excited about is using this. So using Demogryph Knights, because Demogryph Knights can be part of the Knightly Orders, which is super badass. So, like, for example, you could use Demogryph Knights with Wolf Hammers, which are really good. Yeah, you do obviously full plate and barding. Yeah, and they get Furious Charge. So a model with this special rule gains +1 to its attacks characteristic. I wonder if Furious Charge applies to the Demogryph as well. If it does, that's going to be super, super good. Demogryph Knights of Moor could also be pretty damn good, right? So they get Fear. And then you get, what else do you get from the Demogryph Knight of Moor? Yeah, Order the Knights of Moor, Countercharge, First Charge, Fear. I think they already had that, so maybe that's a bit redundant on those guys. I'll play Bretonnia next time. Yeah, I'll play Bretonnia next time. I'll give you guys some suffering. Yeah, the Demogryph Knights of Moor could be cool. I don't even know what the Blazing Suns do. Let's see. So Blazing Suns, you get Evasive. Oh, that's cool. So once per turn, when this unit is shot, you can choose to retreat and fall back, like potentially getting out of range. And they get flaming attacks, which is not very good. It's okay. Yeah, that one's kind of cute. Probably not going to see Blazing Suns too much. What does Fiery Heart do? Fiery Heart gives you Hatred Enemy Wizards. Okay, that's pretty niche. That's pretty niche. Pigback Peasant Riders? Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then you get some new fancy characters too, right? So these are the new named characters. You have Harold Gumison and General Hans von Lovenhoek. Oh man, I have no idea how to say that. But you could do a Grand Master of different knightly orders now. So this is pretty gangster. You could do like Order of the White Wolf and give them that really sweet hammer and put them on like a Demogryph Knight. Oh, that's going to be really good actually. That's really fun. Like using a Order of the White Wolf Demogryph Knight squad sounds really badass. All right. Let's see how we're looking in the tournament. Thank you guys for joining. It's been fun so far. We'll be streaming. I'm actually thinking about an Age of Empires stream in the next few days. I know the Age of Empires community has been patiently waiting. We got one game still to finish. Okay, so when they're done, we'll be ready for the next round. Hey, Oski, thank you for the $5. Yes, yes. Okay. I will... okay. Got to do a little bit of adminning real quick, guys, so bear with me. We had a bad score report, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go change this and fix this up. Have you tried one-page rules? I'm curious how you feel about it compared to Old World. I really like Old World a lot. I just think the rules need to be fixed for monsters characters. If they buff infantry and nerf like epic huge monsters, we're going to be... But you don't need to nerf all monsters. You only need to nerf monsters that are mounted by characters, in my opinion, in Warhammer the Old World. That is my 2 cents. Okay. Yeah, rogue idols are awful. Yeah, they're really bad. Yeah, like the colossal squigs are better in every single way. They're just like, I mean, okay, sure, a rogue idol is going to be tankier, but the colossal squig is just so much more cost effective and faster and more impactful in a fight. All right, looking good. Let's refresh this. And then we need to do... All right. So where are you at, buddy? So boost here. Somebody reported the score wrong. You gotta love it. Happens to the best of us. And Uberman. Uberman is going to be up here. All right, outstanding. Yeah, not all infantry are trash in Old World, though. There are some good infantry units. The only good infantry in Warhammer the Old World are Horde units. Or like warband units. But like a brick of 40 skeleton spearmen or 40 skeleton archers or whatever is like really, really cost effective. For sure. So infantry are viable in Old World, but not any mid-tier or elite infantry are just trash in tabletop. Just absolute trash. Yeah. I agree, Mogwai. I agree. Yeah, the game needs to be changed. It's just big dragons running around killing everything and like cheesy monsters is basically the meta. Which I'm kind of taking a break from playing Old World. I'm still painting and stuff until they, do something. Which hopefully will be soon. I don't play Age of Sigmar. Yeah, I don't like the lore and the setting very much, and for me that's the most important thing. Like I'm a competitive player. I play tourneys, but I need to like the universe and the setting. Yeah, melee infantry is glorified tar pits, exactly, and they're not even that good at tar pitting, right? Because if a dragon just wins combat against your infantry, then they just restrain and reform and then just fly over you and kill whatever they want. Okay, so it's Navigator and B6. Still waiting on them. Is this you, Navigator? It is not. Let me know when done. Sometimes people just don't say when they're done and they forget to report their score. You'd be surprised how often that happens. You'd be surprised. All right. And all good here. Amen on the lore. Yeah. AOS does have some nice models, though. Yeah, like the Age of Sigmar. The one that would give me into Age of Sigmar is if they do like a really cool new Chaos Dwarf army, I would play Age of Sigmar. I for sure would take the leap at that point. I have played AOS a lot. Back in the day, I played in a couple tournaments, and I had a Cities of Sigmar army back when it was actually just fantasy models, and it was all right. Like I didn't like the fact that armies were so small, and sometimes like when you would look at a competitive, like Archaon army, it'd be like Archaon and like 6 models or 8 models on the table or whatever. Or you'd be playing against Sylvaneth and it would just be like the big Alarielle just on her Scarab Beetle thing and like a couple models. And it was just stupid, Like I like when there's an actual army on the table and you can see like armies clashing. That's for me, which is the most fun. Last match ended. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Cool. And everything's looking good, and the scores have been fixed, and let's go ahead and advance the Swiss. And our next round opponent is going to be Stingers, another one of my usual opponents that I run into all the time. Great player, and also a High Elf main. All right, round 3. So what's really good about tonight is I've run into very strong opponents. So even if I were to drop a game, I have a decent chance at top 4, considering we've been playing really strong players every round. So they should be winning games. So Stingers, another great opponent. Last time we played Stingers, I'm pretty sure I beat their High Elves with Warriors of Chaos, but I'm not on Walk this time. I'm on Greenskin, so Edge of the Darkwood is going to be the map. So Edge of the Darkwood is like an open field map. So Greenskins can utilize their shooting and artillery on this map if you want to. All right, let's get the Greenskins. Let's get to Crumpin' boys. No, I agree with you, Mogwai, that Old World isn't armies clashing. Yes, but hopefully will be someday, you know, is my dream. Yeah. All right. So we got the greenskins. I don't know what Stingers is playing yet. Let us find out in tonight's episode of Dragon Ball Z, and thankfully I can just go check what they're playing. Stingers. All right, what are you playing, buddy? Okay, so Stingers is playing Wood Elves. Oh, Kislev again. Oh shit, we have another Kislev match. I don't know how this matchup goes now. This is interesting. I think I played this matchup against Outer Region the other day, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Heavy War Sleds were really scary though. That was one of the biggest issues I ran into. All right, so yeah, this is round 3, right? Yeah, so we got Kislev. All right, let's get the army blocker up and we can start building. All right, you gits. Yes, yes. Yeah, Dark Age, the Total War community's been popping, man. It's been great. I speak greenskins like, I'm sure there are Australian greenskins out there, you know, in Warhammer the Old World. They probably live somewhere far away from the Badlands, and yeah. Who is the most Australian faction in Warhammer the Old World? And I want the Australians in chat to answer this. And let us, when you answer this question, let us know that, you know, you're from Australia and your opinion. I'm curious to see what people say. All right. Let's get it, you gits. Okay. Sending the Doom Divers. Yeah. Okay, so Lord choices here are curious. I think I like my boy. Yeah, it's gotta be nice. From Australia, and it's the ogres, says Caleb. Why the ogres? I always thought the ogres had a lot of American, you know, like they're just the morbidly obese and using guns. Yeah, ogres got a lot of American qualities, right? They're gluttonous, they're obese, they love firearms, they love homemade firearms. Yeah, they ride pigs, and they're more like riding boars, actually. Yeah, that's true. As an Australian, it's got to be the Gabos, says Space Pope. Okay, fair play. Ant lives in Australia. They're Skaven? Skaven? What? Oh, man. That's funny. Okay. Let's see what's cooking here. So I like this. And aside from that, yeah, we're going to bring you. Cool and cool. And the Iron Blaster is the most American unit in the game. No, the most American unit in the game is the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Just like obnoxious like artillery barrages, yeah, from the fireworks shooting in the air. Yeah, the most American unit in the game is is definitely the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Yeah. Literally a car with a gun. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's fair points there. You guys raised some fair points. Yeah, alrighty. So I don't know about shielded Blorks in this matchup. They kind of seem interesting, but Kislev has a lot of durability in the front. Stingers is a pretty meta player, I would say. Probably going to be some scary meta action. So let's get you. Yeah. Greasus is pretty American as well. Yeah, Greasus is like... So I have a lot of family from Texas and various parts of the South. And Greasus definitely looks like some of the denizens of those realms. And I can say this as somebody whose ancestry hails from there. It's 100% a little bit of that going on. All right, so let's get this and this. And how do we like this starting army? Probably a little bit of skirmisher play would be good. Okay, and yeah, looks good. You should bring Grom the Paunch now. Chariots are too vulnerable in this matchup, in my opinion. You're not going to have a good time. I'm telling you, I looked like Greasus like a year ago. Oh my god, I was becoming Greasus. I was getting there. Well, Anna doesn't say so, but yeah. All right, so 2 of these is going to be adequate. You want to get a ton of these guys. These are really, really good in this matchup. Wookiee and I are almost done making the build. The Flinger Shrine is kind of a cute idea in this matchup. Like the Flinger Shrine against Kislev. I don't hate that idea, actually. It's kind of an interesting one. Yeah. Is there any sauce there? 95, and then... You're definitely going to want that. You can cut this out. Okay, okay. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. I think the flinger is probably a little bit too risky, but, you know, arguably could be decent. Okay. So do we want baseline Spider Riders? For infantry, I have a couple of cheeky ideas. We could try you guys. That's pretty badass. Kislev's going to have its heavy war sleds, so that's something you got to put some respect on those things. I think Swamp Things are a good mix-in against Kislev, although very weak against the hybrid shooting. Very, very weak. A couple Spider Riders just to contest the mobile game is going to be very good, I think. And I think we're about ready. I think we are about ready, ladies and gentlemen. Wookiee blesses his build. He does. Yeah, he does. Oh, darling. Send me the Wookiee picture you did for Christmas. So Anna painted. So Wookiee passed away a couple years ago, and Anna painted. She did a tribute to Wookiee as like this forest goblin. It's like this forest creature. It's so good. Yeah, I'll use that as the screen blocker. That'll be good. Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's get it. No, I'm not doing double Rogue Idol again. I'm still salty from last time. I'm still salty from last time. Yeah. No, thank you. This is not the time of the Rogue Idol. Okay, I'm waiting to see. There it is. Okay. So she painted this, and it's like printed on a giant canvas, which is going to go up in our kitchen. Hold on. So Wookiee. It's not the right proportions for a screen blocker, but we'll just show you guys real quick. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so this is it. This is that's like very, very accurate to what he looks like. You can see. Yeah. How good is that? I love it so much. So he's like sitting on a little log, basically. You can see he's like sitting there with his little legs sticking out. Yeah, it's adorable. Oh. Yeah, so that's our tribute to Wookiee, which is going to be hanging up in our kitchen there. Yeah. All right. Isn't that good? It's amazing, right? I know. So yeah, so Anna did all that. So we'll get you to run over here. Roll up, and roll up. So we got Orc Boy Spears. I think they trade well enough with Kislev Warriors, and yeah, are probably the way to go. Double Bolt Thrower is a little ambitious. You know, I might have trouble defending these, but we're going to see if we can make it work. All right. Looks good. Let's get the Hag chilling out here with the boys. We have a Mangler Squig. So I like a single Mangler Squig just to get in and cause some havoc. We got a Flinger Shrine, and then 4 and 5. So I did decide to bring the big spider because I'm like, it's a big, you know, anti-cav unit, right? It can fight against like the Frostworms too if those get brought. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great. We need a painting of him as an Empire General or something. No, so that's already been done. We have Wookiee as an Empire Demograph Knight in my tabletop army. Yeah, and Anna painted it. It's really cool. I don't know if she. Do you have do you have that one, darling? Yeah, somewhere. There's a video of it, of her painting it. Yeah, the demo pug. All right, guys, let's get this party started. Let's move up and let's cruise, and then we're gonna get you here and you here. So the Flinger Shrine is pretty cool. Yeah, very meta for my opponent here, going for like mass kind of mobility to grab the points out of the gates. So they're going to get to the points pretty quickly, and I just need to get the Bolt Throwers moving up. I really like Gorchad. I'm a big Gorchad enjoyer. He really is a nice force multiplier. And we got to worry about all these freaking Horse Archers diving our backfield, so that's going to be a little bit dodgy. But the Flinger Shrine should be able to poke. And honestly, the Flinger can attack the Ice Witch too, which is definitely an unsung variable there. So yeah, Greenskin's pretty dynamic faction, right? You got like a lot of mobility, fair amount of fancy play, and in the backfield we need to defend our artillery very, very well, which we have the tools to do. All right, so did that actually hit anything? Let's find out. I don't know how good the heat seeking is on the Flinger Shrine shooting. We're going to take a bit of a beating here for sure, but we're going to get our Bolt Throwers to zero in and hopefully do some damage. All right, so you shoot there. Spider Riders are going to get to the side point there. And yeah, thankfully most of these guys are shielded, so it's not a huge deal. We just need to get you back. That's obviously what they're going to go for there. Because we don't mind being shot by the in the shields. All right, so cruising up. Gorchad's going to go this way, and we're going to see what's cooking. We'll get the Mangler Squigs going there as well. The bolt throwers are going to start shooting at you, yeah, which is totally fine. We're going to go ahead and mither that as well. So we're going to do a little mithering. And the Flinger Shrine is just kind of poking away. We do manage to get the side points. Let's get some spears over there as well. And we do get the mither going down. So now it's mithered, and we're going to start spirit leeching it. This is going to be very, very cost effective for us. All right, so you're here, and you're here. And are they going to dive my artillery in the back is the question, right? Therein lies the question. So Gorbad gets hit with a frost, a death frost, which is fine. Not too worried about that at the moment. And, you know, just I think since there's no pressure on me right now, I'm going to call in one of my Black Orcs, which I think should be pretty good. But the bolt throwers are definitely going to start doing some big damage. We're going to get the Flinger Shrine to chase you down. And Gorchad can also chase his character down. The rest of the Kislev troops are just going to chill out. We'll get the Spider Riders lurking back here as a defensive piece. And yeah, now we start beating down this hag here. He's charging into my spears, which is very dangerous. He's going to take way more damage there, I think. And Gorchad is going to go ahead and buff up these orcs. Keep him fighting a little bit longer. And you can see the Ice Witch is kind of getting worked on a little bit, which is good. All right. So the bump and grind continues, and the Ice Witch is getting smashed up. So she's having a real bad time. The Bolt Thrower is, of course, doing good damage. And some of the Orc boys do break. Let's call in another Blork. So we need to get the Blorks coming. Who let the Blorks out? Yes. So we'll just sit on that hag the entire game, basically. Yeah, we're just going to kind of keep the, not hag, but the Ice Witch, and just keep the Bolt Throwers zeroed in on that unit. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start shooting the Flinger Shrine. We're going to get another Death Frost here. Hag is going to potentially drop a Spirit Leech on that. We'll just kind of keep the damage consistent. And hopefully the Blorks will arrive sometime in this century. Yeah, sometime in this century would be great. My one concern is there's a lot of halberds, and I don't know if I have like the killing power for the halberds, right? Yeah, we do get the Flinger Shrine shooting and doing good work. Hag can do another mither on that unit just to kind of, you know, compromise the mobility. And, you know, we'll try and keep our Lord safe here. We'll see what we can do. All right, so let's get the Mangler Squigs to go after him and get you to go after this character as well. And we're going to go ahead and pull some Orc Spears over to the middle here, which I think is going to be fine. Bolt Throwers are getting a lot of damage value against the Ice Witch. Now the Mangler Squigs have arrived as well. So let's get the Spears in there against you guys. And the Mangler Squigs can attack the Halberds because when they blow up, they should do a lot of damage. Yeah, they should do quite a bit. All right, so let's get on you. Let's pull Gorchad in there. You know, he's taking a bit of work. It is what it is. And yeah, a lot of Halberd boys are coming. And the dragon character is hopefully going to be worn down by the time the late game unfurls. That is my hope. So calling another Mangler Squig, I think, is going to be the play, for sure. The Black Orcs are going to be a really nice anchor piece, especially with the, yeah, although he might go steal my back point, but I think I can respond with my own mobility. Keep the Spider Riders nearby. Gorbad is helping to fight, and looks like some of the Spears are going to die, but the Mangler Squigs did effectively get rid of that unit, so they've gotten some work in there. All right, so the Spears have arrived. We got the Blorks arriving as well. Gorbad and company need to retreat back here. I am up on value. You know, the dragon character is really quite smashed up, but we're going to need some Boar Boy Biggins to come in and reinforce as well. Another Death Frost going down to my Lord. It's a little bit scary. Let's go ahead and buff these guys up. And you guys move in here, and the Spider can go ahead and countercharge. And not that its terror is going to be terribly impactful, but, you know, we got to do something. So unsummoning here, Spider Riders can maybe creep around the outside there. We do have his Lord looking really, really worse for wear. I have Bunas on the table, and if he shoots the Spider, that's actually a win for us. So we need to keep Gorbad, like, nearby. Let's pull you back a little bit. A lot of the hybrid shooting is getting in there, and you guys can go pile in this way. Let's get the Spider back. And we do have a fresh Mangler Squig on the job. So that's excellent. So let's loop around the back, chase some of the Horse Archers a little bit, which I think will be good. And the Spider is creeping around the shadows. The capture weight is still for Kislev, but when these Blorks arrive, it's going to change. Gorbad is here hanging out, and the character is just kind of hiding back there. All right, so things in the woods are chasing, which is good. We can call in an Orc Boar Boy Biggin. Yeah, let's get some of those guys in there. Cool, and we'll unsummon you guys. Spider is there to party, and unfortunately the capture weight does start to go back to my opponent here. So let's get the Mangler Squigs to go help out here against the things in the woods. It's not going to be pretty, but it is what it is, so let's get him in there. Get the Spider over there, get Gorbad over there as well to help protect a little bit, and now the Blorks have engaged. So there they are, and we're going to get the Spears in there, hopefully to help out as well. So in the meantime, we can shoot these things in the woods. He's hiding behind the pillar, which is a very good idea. It's very smart. And do we have a Buna that we want to use on anything? I don't think so. I think just Spirit Leeching here is going to be fine. So shoot and shoot. Get the Spider Riders in there, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to endure this. A lot of scary shooting here. So we're going to start getting the Boar Boys coming in, and these Spears need to be unsummoned so I can get fresh ones back in later. And eventually Gorbad's just going to go run in the trees, basically. He's just going to go peace out. Let's get you guys on those. And do we have any more Boar Boys nearby? We do have some, and it looks like they're trying to make a dive through the middle. So Gorchad, I think at this point, probably retreats. Let's go ahead and mither this the Snow Leopard because it's a summon, probably? Yeah, it's a summon. So if we could just guide it, that's going to be cost-effective for us. Let's get you guys here. And the enemy Lord dying is definitely going to be more impactful than, you know, because that thing is like a big, expensive monster, right? So that's going to be very, very good. And we have another Boar Boy coming around here who should be able to get it done. Let's get you back, try and get out of the Death Frost, and really just kind of get that grind mentality going. Yeah, we're just going to kind of keep fighting the good fight. I could do a little bit of sneaky back objective capturing as well, but the spider is going to need to retreat right now. We do have a Wah, so we'll pop that as well. Let's pull you back a little bit. Gorbad is helping clean up the boys. All right, so let's do this and do this. And as long as those bolt throwers stay online, I think we're golden. Yeah, spider's going to retreat back a little bit. The Blorks are fighting pretty well. Now, what can I do to be sneaky? Yeah, I have to gotta think about the sneaky plays. All right. So let's get Squig Herds coming up. Squig Herds are not bad, and we get our bolt throwers back online. So let's get the bolt throwers back and start shooting at the enemy Lord here. And as long as if Gorchad can hang on too, that's going to be a huge win for us. All right, let's get the spider back as well. Blorks are doing pretty good, and it looks like they might be thinking about making a play for my back objective. God damn, where do these guys even come from? Goodness gracious. All right, so do we have some Boar Boys here? We do. All right, so these Horse Archers just keep rallying, man. It's pretty troll. And let's get you guys moving up. And yes, so they can go here, and you guys go back there. And I think our bolt throwers are going to stabilize. I think they will. Getting these Kislev Warriors off, though, is going to be hard. I'm actually tempted to just slap you with this and get in here. Yeah, so we're going to get this. Get the Boar Boy Biggins to charge you down. We don't have a lot to deal with the, Kislevite Warriors here, unfortunately. This is where, like, some Savage Orcs or something would have been super nice, right? All right, let's get back online. Shoot here. Retreat you back. Let's get the spider down this way. And thankfully, 2 fresh infantry units are coming. And we have a Black Orc unit heading to my opponent's back objective. So we need to make a play for that because we're down on points, right? So it's very dodgy here. All right, so the Boar Boys are retreating. Let's get you guys back. Let's do a little bit of this. Have you run an interference here. Gorchad is just going to go retreat to the back of the map for now and settle in on his new natural habitat. Spears are arriving, but we are being stuffed back a little bit. Okay. So Buna, honestly, yeah, I'm kind of desperate here. I'm just going to use the Buna on these guys. And he's really going for those bolt throwers, like real hard in the paint. All right, so fresh summon here. We're going to get some spears heading over here. Savage Orcs are vulnerable against a lot. To be honest, I was expecting chariots. So some of what my opponent brought has definitely caught me off guard. So he's hiding behind the Pillar of the Gods. We have more heavy cav coming back here. And we're going to go ahead and hunt down the Griffin Legion. If you have any heavy cav here, we do. So the heavy cav is going to be charging in to those guys. You get this. All right, you got to love to see it. And now in the back, we can call in another Boar Boy. So the Boar Boys can come here, get this. And let's see where our Boar Boys are embroiled in combat. Honestly, this fight's pretty good for us. We're going to need a spear unit over on the outside, and we do start to capture my opponent's home objective. So now we kind of just have to hold that for a long time to get our money's worth. I don't know why these units are back here, but yeah, they're doing their thing. All right, so you're probably going to be run down here. I don't see too many avenues for protecting this bolt thrower at this point, but it's already done very good. Are there halberds in here? Not really, actually. So it's just the spider and my units. So we're going to see if we can get those guys out. We do manage to get this. All right, let's do Du Bois are the best. So we're going to pull them across and see if we can hunt down those Kosovo dervishes. You guys come over here, and let's get some more Boar Boys coming up and getting ready to party. So now we have the double cap on our opponent, so we have a little bit of time. I do have overcasted Spirit Leeches I can do, so let's just keep overcasting on that Lord there. And Piggies, yes, you guys reinforce and reinforce. Spider's doing pretty good. Value trading's more or less dead even. We need to get these Black Orcs off the table here. Let's hide you guys in the tree line, and I think I need to send a Boar Boy up to the top to actually like help hold this position. We got a lot of like light cav and different pieces coming over, but yeah, we'll see if it's going to be enough. All right, so you're going to run through the trees here. Spider's going to retreat, and on the back point, we're looking pretty good. Up top, though, we're going to need some reinforcements, so let's get some Boar Boy cav to head on down here. And the Black Orcs are going to get poked by a fair amount of the missiles, so we need to get them back by the tree line. That's going to be better for us. Spider might not get away, the Flinger Shrine. It might not, although it is fighting things it's good against. So that is something. Let's get the Spider Riders to rear charge back in there and see if they can help out. Boar Boys are grinding, and the Spears are doing good. I mean, the Kislev army is pretty beat up, but you know, I'm not much better right now. That's for damn sure. All right, you guys move up. We need to hold that back point. It's pretty much our only hope right now. So try and hold that. You know, I might be able to grind. Like I will win on 2 as of now, but if I start losing more and more points, it's not going to matter. All right, so the Squigs get out. They get a nice little charge. They don't care. The Icebane's Kiss doesn't do much against them anyways. So let's get on the big character there, and you guys need to sprint up there, Gorchad included. Okay, charge and charge, looking good. And now we got some Griffin Legion over here too, who are obviously causing us some havoc. All right, so how are the Squigs doing? Yeah, they're feasting on Kosovo dervishes, which is good, and we are holding on to the back point. Still a winnable game. I mean, definitely I'm at the disadvantage, I would say, but it's not to the point of no return, right? Like, we have a chance here. As long as Gorchad doesn't die to like a Death Frost or something, I think we're chilling. All right, so you guys come out. Looking good. And unfortunately, my hag just routed it like full health. My opponent might be able to get my objective here. If the spider rallies, that's going to be uber good for us. That's going to be very, very nice. All right, so you charge here. Let's get the hag over there. We do have a wall. I'm going to save it for a very like clutch fight. And on the backside, how are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty good, actually. It's mostly just skirmish cav and whatnot. Yeah, mostly just skirmish cav. All right, so we're on the point. I really like that spider to rally, but I don't think it's going to. Out of the vanguard, I have basically nothing. The hag is going to come across. And is the spider thinking about rallying? I think it wants to, but it's not got the mojo right now. All right, let's do that. Get the wog pops. Let's get the hag over there. And looks like my opponent is going to be able to get me off that point, probably. We have Kossars with spears here, so we're just going to bunch those guys down. Gorchad is living in the bushes in his natural habitat. And, oh yeah, I'm just not going to be able to get that point, right? I mean, let's get some manglers over there, see if they can help out. I don't really have enough pushing power in the middle to do too much, and this big Kislev brick is very, very strong. So the fact that I'm like behind on points has forced me to have to put myself in dangerous positions, which is giving him a value lead now. Yeah, it feels bad. All right, so Spirit Leech. Do I want to Spirit Leech as Lord? Is it even worth it? I did invest a lot in sniping the Lord, and it kind of petered out there, right? Didn't get the job done. So the Mangler Squigs, oh, the Haggard Invisible Mangler Squigs are so funny. It's hilarious. Okay, so we got the back point. I mean, we're holding on to it all right. You know, a couple Squigs are running around here, but like I'm definitely behind, guys. Let's get the spears moving up. Coming across this way, and you guys move into the dervishes, and he gets my back point. Is there anything I can send over there? I don't think so. Run through the trees. Yeah, I needed more like just regular infantry this game. I didn't have anything to kill the halberds. That really was the big problem. And probably honestly using Buna on the cav and would have been better than trying to snipe his lord in retrospect. Although the fact the dragon character probably doesn't have much value, I guess, is not insignificant either. All right, so spears move up this way. How's this pit fight looking? I mean, this is very good for us. We're definitely winning, but he wins. I need to get all 3 points at this stage in the game, so that's tough. So probably call in a Blork. And start getting ready to play the middle. I mean, we're holding on to the back reasonably well. The Boar Boys are doing good, but we're probably going to have to reinforce that to have any chances of holding it. So let's call in a Boar Boy and get him squealing on down there. Gorchad is hanging out. We do start to break through here. Yeah, a little bit of effective momentum. Spears are going to get to the middle. We have any Vanguard units to call out. We have some Spear Boys. Those Kislev Warriors are a problem, though. Like I said, we don't have anything to really stop them. So I'd like, gonna have to Spirit Leech those guys, man. Gork will fix it. Gork is trying, but at this point, we've lost the game. There's nothing else we could really do. He played very well. It was a very close game, but he just barely out-traded me, and it showed in the late game. We felt it. Yeah, lots of damage value in a Lord that didn't die. The classic, right? But the bolt throwers were cool. Although in retrospect, if I were to go back to the drawing board, probably why bother? Like just I think killing Kislev infantry is more important. So like a build that like my original build had, and the Flinger Shrine was also a bit of a misstep, right? Like, I had 2 bolt throwers in this, and it just wasn't very good. The spider did keep the dragon honest, but being tied up here and here, and with this, it was not good. Like, just having, like, 5 orc arrow boys backed up by orc boars probably wins you the game. Like, if you have a build like this, so you cut this, and this, right? And you just go Savage Orc arrow boys. You just get, like, 4 of those, defend them with a couple orc boar boy biggins, and, like, this build is just already super hard for Kislev to fight. Right? Because you're able to just, these will kill the warriors, these will kill the cav, you wreck the cav here, and you just win. Like, this is the direction you need to go. So, yeah, we just had a bad build. GG, well played. Indeed. Your army was... GG's, report that score, and we'll see if we still have a chance. I mean, as long as our other tiebreakers win games, we're still in it. It's got to be tough, but it ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. So what do we got next? The bolt, like maybe 1 bolt thrower is respectable. Just 1 to keep the dragon honest, right? Like, but that was way too many. It was way too much. Like, and the flinger shooting, I had no way to kill the warriors. Like, no way. Okay, so next up, I think we're on Khorne. So the Blood God calls. We're going to do some cool stuff for sure. Double checking. Yep, Khorne. And as far as making it to the semis tonight, how are our chances looking? Pretty good. Pretty good. Our tiebreakers are strong. We have Stingers as a tiebreaker now, who's likely going to go undefeated. And How's Harrison doing? Harrison, you better win, dude. Don't leave me in the hanging here in the pits. So we need Harrison to win, and we need Solo Spaghetto to win too. How's Solo doing? Come on, Solo. If I see you down there with 0 wins. 1 win so far. I think they're still playing. Or did they lose again? Come on, Solo. I need you to win. Oh, he's playing okay. I need Solo to win. I need Harrison to win. If they both win, my odds of top 4 are pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. The Bolters don't feel bad per se, Dread Saurian. They got 900 value. You know, like the Bolter cost 650 and it got 900 value. That's like pretty good. But the value wasn't effective because it didn't finish its target. So that was the precarious part. The Blackworks actually felt kind of cool. I don't know how good they were, but they when they got to the point we're fighting, I've been having a great time with Blackworks in this patch, especially if you use Wurzag and the dance like buffs. Yeah. So it's fun. It is fun indeed. Okay, so refreshing here. Let's see what's cooking. Yeah, still a handful of games. Space Pope wins their game. Navigator's opponent dropped, I think. Who's your opponent? I need to see who that was. Who was your opponent? Need to see who that was on that side there. So Navigator should only have 2 points, I think. 1, 2, yeah, okay. So somebody screwed that up. If you end up dropping from the tournament, if you're one of the players tonight, let me know you're dropping. Otherwise, it's sometimes it's easy to miss when I need to adjust scores and do all that stuff. Yeah. No, you wouldn't want Wolf Riders against Kislev. They just get wrecked. They'll get flattened by dervishes. No, you don't need to. You just use Boar Boys. Boar Boys are really cost effective. It's just the formula of my build was off. I didn't account for the halberds. Yeah, but it's a mistake that I won't be playing Greenskins again today. But in the future, we will not make that mistake. I honestly would even say Greenskins are probably favored against Kislev. Not by much, maybe like a 55-45 situation. But I think like if you have an optimal Greenskin build, maybe you're favored. Maybe you're favored. Okay. All right, awesome. It's not hard to go mass mobility now. I'd say that matchup is Hair Boys and Bacon. All right, cool. And are we almost ready? Admin stuff taken care of. We're good to party. If I make it to the semifinals, I haven't played Tzeentch in like 3 months, but Tzeentch is my semifinal faction, and I have Chaos Dwarfs for the grand finals. So Khorne, Tzeentch, and Chorfs if we end up making the top 4. What's the most lopsided matchup? Ooh, that's hard to say. I'd have to really look through the data. In like Warhammer 2 land battle, it used to be Skaven against dwarves. Like dwarves just get eviscerated by Skaven. In domination, I don't know what the most lopsided matchup is. Like, domination is definitely, I would say, a little bit less on the extremes compared to like land battle, because your weaknesses can be addressed by reinforcements, like the holes in your build, so you can hedge your bets. Like whereas in land battle, sometimes to win a bad matchup, like an extremely bad matchup, you have to take really skewed kind of like singular builds. But here you can bring that skew build and then also have like a band-aid in your reinforcements. I'm not sure collaboration soon though, in the next couple weeks probably. Yeah, Britannia does get wrecked by Dowie, but Britannia gets wrecked by Kislev, a handful of other factions as well. Yeah. All right. So what is the Rock cooking? Who will be the next champion here? No Empire for me tonight. Felt a little bit dirty, but the maps weren't very good for Empire, so the only map that would have been good for Empire would have been that one. And honestly, Empire can hang with Kislev. It's a pretty even matchup nowadays. The Hawk and Long Rifles really are super good. Yeah, Beastmen really struggled against Vampire counts back in Warhammer 2. Yeah, that's true. But now Beastmen can totally hang with them with all the Gore infantry and some of the changes they've had and AoE magic. Dowie wrecks a few factions pretty well and gets wrecked as well. Who wrecks Dowie though? Nobody just like obliterates dwarves, right? Like dwarves are at a 62% win rate right now. I mean, Slanesh is pretty brutal for dwarves, I would say. That one's awful. That feels really bad to play. Like, their armor piercing is just so effective and fast. On a map where you have a home objective, you can definitely compete there. But yeah, on a map where there's like 3 objectives wide, Slanesh is currently at a 79% win rate. We are allowing them to be played tonight. I want to let the overpowered stuff eat a little bit more so we can get real data, right? Like, I don't want to pull the trigger and just be doing like extreme restrictions all the time. So I want to see how that goes. Vampire counts are doing really good. Yeah, 64%, but not many games. Dwarves looking very strong. I mean, Dwarves have won 2 SFTs and 2 tournaments in the past couple weeks. Ogres are looking very good. Khorne sitting at 51. Khorne is just always in the middle of the road, which is strange to me. I feel like they're way stronger than that. I don't know. Greenskins are actually a little hard to play. I think that's why they're at 41%. Granted, I do think Greenskins are a pretty good faction, actually. Yeah, you can't bring Gyros against Slanesh very well. Dwarves, they just get wrecked by the Furies. The Slanesh Furies rip through armor super quick. Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody wrecks Dwarves except maybe Slanesh. And that's in Dom. In Land Battle, Dwarves can beat Slanesh because they just sit in a box and just cackle, All right. So how are we looking? Poor Dark Elves. Yeah, I don't know why Dark Elves win rate is so low. They're a faction I don't enjoy playing that much. They're cool, though. They got some badass units. All right, 2 games to play. We got Uberman, Mr. Hill, and then we got Harrison and Lydon. So we have to win this last game. It's do or die. Thankfully, I'm on Khorne, and the map is going to be the Glade of the Everqueen. Pretty good Khorne map. Yeah, you can use the trees, pop out, and do a lot of work. I'm a Brett main. Us Pit brothers will stick together. Yeah, William, you got to come and win one of these tournaments, man. I believe in you. Yeah, the Khorne dogs are coming. I think we need to do the ultimate metal build. How many Wrathmongers can you bring? 3? Skull Reapers are interesting after their buffs. They're certainly quite a bit better. Oh, wow, you can bring 5 Skull Reapers? Holy shit. Look at a build like this. This is just bring like a cheap Khorne Lord and just like that. That'd be pretty funny. Khorne is great. They're very good. People are acting like the new units are broken. Which new units? Tell me which ones you're talking about, Jordan. Personally, the only unit that I consider to be extremely problematic of all the new stuff, like, I think Wrathmongers are good, but people definitely were like over freaking out about them. I think the one unit that's really is actually broken and needs to be nerfed is the Thunder Tusk. This thing is just freaking stupid. For 2300, it's just so tanky. It has so many damage profiles, an extremely cost-effective range attack. Its melee is nuts. It has a very good aura. And it has an attack that isn't even listed on its card. On top of it, there's a hunter riding and throwing an anti-large javelin, which is just nuts. It's nuts. So I think that the Thunder Tusk is probably my big... And the Pigbacks. Pigbacks and Thunder Tusks need to be changed. I think that the Pigback Rider should cost the same as a Noblar Trapper. Like, they're just as good as a Noblar Trapper, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah, they should be like maybe like 475, 450, between 450 and 500. And the Thunder Tusk, if they don't change the performance of the Thunder Tusk, I think that it should cost maybe like 2,600. Like, add 300 gold onto that bad boy, maybe even more. It's so freaking good. Every single game I've seen a Thunder Tusk, it gets its value back and more. Unless they really just blunder it into like a bunch of missiles or something, but it's nuts. Yeah, Khorne Gores are an interesting one. I think a big thing is, like, is the Khorne Gore as an individual unit really OP? It's hard to say because it just is so good as of an addition to the Khorne roster. Now, previously, to get Halberds, Khorne had to pay 900 gold on a 28 movement speed unit. But now you get a Halberd with Vanguard and almost 40 movement speed that has an unbreakable trait for a period of time. And it's more that I think the Khorne Gore is just extremely good within the scope of what the roster enjoys. Because most of the time, Khorne mobility was countered by heavy cav, right? And Chaos Warriors were just too slow and clunky and cost ineffective to get there. But now that you have the Khorne Gore, right, it really solves that problem. Yeah, the Arwar Skull Cannon is really good too. I don't know. I haven't played with it much after its cost increases that it got, but it's probably still very good. Yeah, I don't know if I would say Khorne Gores need to be changed. I don't think so. Khorne is sitting at a 50% win rate right now. Like, I think that's fine. I think Khorne Gores should be left alone at this point. But really, Pigback Riders and Thunder Tusks are a big problem child for me. So looking at the Beastmen roster, I don't think there's anything that's problematic. Like, I think they're fine. For the Empire, you know, I think they're a pretty balanced roster at this point. High Elves are pretty balanced. Lizardmen are pretty balanced. Maybe I'll make a video going through all this stuff, but hey, thank you. Grudge Goose, you have been an MVP today, giving me these heads up when the round's over. I really appreciate it. All right, cool beans. So there we are, and here we go. So we're going to advance the Swiss to the next round. Yeah, Dark Age, but it's also like, you know, I do take into account the land battle experience also, right? Like, yeah. And the Vanguard and the speed isn't as relevant in that game mode. Granted, I consider domination to be the main competitive game mode for Total War myself, but again, it's within the lens of each host, basically. So Zyro is my opponent. Okay, so the round is live. Good luck, have fun. I have my last round opponent here. And here we go. Round 4. Okay. So we got Zyro, who I've been seeing in tournaments quite a bit. Been playing well. So let's get it. Yo, let's play. Okay, so let's go find the lobby. And it is time for the evil corn dogs to come. Corn. Yeah, my least played faction is probably Dark Elves. Nowadays, I would say Dark Elves are my least played in tandem with Tzeentch, Vampire Coast, Grand Cathay, Wood Elves. I don't play Lizardmen much either. Those are probably the factions I like almost never play. Is he on High Elves? Yeah, so High Elves. Oh no, he probably knows the build. Okay. So I have been crushing corn with High Elves lately in my practice games. Big thanks to our boy Tim the Wilder for that, because we practiced it. So I think I know the pitfalls to avoid here, right? I think I know the pitfalls. I hope Bloodthirsters get some love. They lose 1v1 to a rat. Yeah, they're not very good. They're not very good. I like Wood Elves lore-wise, and I just don't enjoy playing the elf playstyle that much. Except High Elves, actually, lately, because I like using their monsters. Yeah, which has been fun. Do you play counts? I do play Vampire Counts. I like Vampire Counts a lot. I think they're very fun. All right, so the Lord choice here. This is an interesting one. We got some options. I mean, Valkia is very good, but she can be bullied. The way I know how to crush corn in this matchup. Hopefully my opponent doesn't, is the idea. So we're going to find out. Skull Taker on a shrine for a pit fight? No. No, I don't think so. All right, so we're going to get you on reserve, just getting kind of the essentials first. And we're going to want the Triple Marauder Horseman, obviously. You can try and fight the High Elf Monster Mash with your own Monster Mash. I think it's a little scary, though, because they can field 3 big healing monsters, and you will lose. Like, if you go Bloodthirster, if you go, like, you know, any big boy with like a Bloodthirster, and like you're gonna lose because you're gonna get nailed by a Larry Tempest, and then you're gonna get a dragon and a Phoenix beating on you, and you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah. So I'm trying to like think how I would beat my own build is what I'm going to the drawing board on right now. That is my game plan. Okay, that looks pretty badass. And the Bloodspeaker is only really good on his shrine. You know, that's really where he shines. I don't know about that. What do you believe regarding the start of the War of Vengeance? The Honorable Dowie? Of course, the Honorable Dowie. Come on now. Dude, the elves, like, okay, anybody in the War of the Beard, people are going to be, like, blaming the dwarves and shit and, like, being like, well, it wasn't truly the High Elves who did it. It was the Dark Elves causing treachery. Well, they're still an offshoot of you. The Dark Elves are your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely all the fault lies on the High Elves there. All of it. Karanak? No, he dies too easily to the monsters. Yeah. Yeah, careful not to psych yourself out too much. That's very true, right? That's very, very true. Yeah, Skull Taker is pretty nasty combat stick for sure. He can get some work done. I still think we go this route. All right. Big dog. Max Ben Jim, big dog. I'm a gigantic Christmas sausage at my in-laws. That's the classic experience for sure. Yeah. the Chaos Dwarves are the Dowie's fault then? 100%. I don't disagree with you. I mean, they were abandoned basically. The Chaos Dwarves were regular dwarves who went, you know, they went off and did their own thing, and then they got cut off, and nobody came to rescue them, and they just adopted the Dark Gods, or the Dark God Hashut, to try and survive. You know, because the whole thing with Chaos Dwarves is they would have been obliterated if they didn't like give in to Hashut. They would have probably succumbed and died in the wastes. But they, you got to respect them. You got to respect them. It is, but dwarves will admit it. They're like, yeah, the Chaos Dwarves are like our biggest shame. Although many dwarves will also just not admit they exist too in the lore, as far as I know. So there's a little bit of both in that regard. Is that really worth that much more? I don't think so. The Blood Beast. Okay. Yes. This build is pretty heavy metal. It's pretty badass. We got some cool shit, man. A good dwarf would have died. Yeah. I don't know. I like Chaos Dwarves, honestly. You got to respect it. I mean, obviously Chaos Dwarves are pretty awful in terms of lore. They're pretty evil. But, you got to respect the grind to try and survive, right? Yeah. Yeah. This build is very, very wild. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be really fun, though. I'm excited to give it a good old college try here. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see what they got. You should have died, yeah. Could they withstand the, if you want Shielded Chaos Warriors? Yeah, they're not. Okay, so Shielded Chaos Warriors are a little bit risky in this matchup because of the hounds, or the Warhounds, or War Lions. War Lions just rip them to shreds. This build's a little out there. It's a little out there. It could be bad, and I could lose this, but that's fine. We're having fun. We had some really solid wins tonight. All right, one sec. Let me check. Okay. All right, so just doing some adminning. Yes, in this case, the other player with a bye is much lower score than you. Look, have fun. All right, let's see what the rock is cooking. And here we are. Thank you, Wookie, for your screen blocker. When are we going to get the Haggard League of Legends stream? Oh my god. The legendary League of Legends stream. Bring 4 Wrathmongers? I brought 2. I don't know how they're going to do against Isles. We're going to find out. One way or another, we're going to slaughter you. We're going to get you. All right, let's move this way. So they're going to go on this point, on the side, and then the rest of the troopers are going to head for the other objective there. Yeah, so we're going to do this. It's going to be 1, and we're going to get you on the outside here. And the double Wrathmonger should be interesting. I don't know how they'll perform here, to be honest with you, but I'm excited to find out. We got Valkia, like, she can't always run away from the monsters and still be good. Yeah. So I'm trying Wrathmongers against Hiles, which seems risky, but they're very low model count, so maybe their HP per model will be good here. We're going to find out. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. He's got 11 models. I'm curious to see. We're going to find out right now if this gentleman watches my videos. If his build is I'm really curious. I'm actually extremely curious. Max Forsaken. Oh, God, they get wrecked. The War Lions will rip them to pieces, and so will the Heavy Cav. So that's not what you want to be doing. If I get to the semifinals, if I win this and then my tiebreakers are good enough, no, okay. He's got his own business going on, which is good for me. If I had brought 2 Skull Cannons, which is the old meta, it would have been a disaster for his build, but I didn't, so I psyched myself out. No, it's all good, though. We'll be fine. We will be fine. So we're going to move through here. Valkia is going to go troll about. Oh, God, I wish I had brought the Skull Cannons now. His build is so weak to them. It's just all archers and shit. Oh, God, the Skull Cannons would have had a field day. All right, let's go over here and grab this objective. We're going to try to anyways. Valkia is cackling about. I can't think of for the Wrathmongers. Okay, we got Reavers coming out. That's fun. All right, so for the Reavers, we could just get some Cornhounds. They defeat them pretty well. So we're going to head over to this objective now. We're going to take Valkia as a screening tool. Sleipnir on Sisters of Avalorn and a Bolt Thrower. Interesting. Okay, so that... I feel like the build might have a little bit too much range, but I could be wrong. All right, let's juke this here and get over there. And we do get the throwing axes, and let's get up on the point. And is this final transmutation? It is. Okay, so we got to make sure we don't blob too hard. Yeah, or else we could pay the troll toll. Okay, let's get the hounds to go here after the reavers. Valky is going to go dive those. We'll continue getting our throwing weapons. And now let's go ahead and gather here. We're going to put them on walk to save vigor, because I think we can capture the objective here. All right, so Valkia lands, caused a little bit of havoc. Now we're going to retreat back. And honestly, we're just going to sandwich them with one of the horsemen here, because Marauder Horsemen of Khorne are actually very good fighters. And we get a surround, and that's going to be a wiped unit for my opponent, most likely. Although, probably going to see a final transmutation here, so we should probably try and flee at this point. Yeah, even-ish trade, maybe slightly better for my opponent, I do dare say. As far as this goes, what do we want to be calling out? Probably just call out some more Khorne Gores, although Furies are probably the better bet here. So let's get the boys moving over there. Hopefully those horsemen will come back. And Valkia is back up in the sky. Gotta watch out. Potentially a good Sleipnir here, though, so we're going to do a little bit of this, see if we can catch him slipping. Oh yeah, give me the 2-for-1. Still got it. Oh, oh yeah, boy, that was the good stuff right there. That was good. All right, so let's get Furies. We're going to save. Oh, is that horseman really going to run off the field? That's a bummer. Oh, man, that sucks. Well, it is what it is. All right, so the hounds are chilling. We got you guys coming out, and we're going to save up for Furies now, get the Furies going. And Valkia is going to go dive on those Sisters of Avalorn. That's really just the one threat, is the Sisters of Avalorn. Aside from that, we're more than chilling. All right, so the Furies are coming out. I'm going to call it another one as soon as I can. Valkia is going to go pop Demon Shield and jump on top of the Sisters of Avalorn, and she should be fine. All right, so you guys move up, and let's get you guys moving up here. These are Silver and Guard, so we want to get the Wrathmongers on them. You guys move up, calling another Fury out here as well. Do this, and we're going to swarm with these guys too. So Valkia is on top of the Sisters. Tyrion's trying to get there, but we're going to pop the Demon Shield now to mitigate the damage. And the Fleshhounds are going to come around the outside here. Let's get Marauders here, and yeah, this is looking pretty good for us out of the gates, 100%. Valkia is immune to the damage right now, so she is absolutely chilling. Let's get you guys back, and let's get these Fleshhounds to intercept these guys. And the Chaos Furies can, let's see, let's get Khorne Gores on top of the Spearmen. Furies can help rip apart these Narnia lines, although going on the Lothern Sea Guard here is going to be very strong. And then we can do a full court press, as I like to call it. All right, so Valkia was able to escape. That's going to be some nasty magic here, but Wrathmongers are chilling. I have both Wrathmongers on one Silver and Guard. Talk about overkill, huh? But the Archer Corps is in a little bit of trouble. Sisters of Avalorn are shut down for now. Bringing that many archers against Khorne is a very bold strategy that may or may not work out. So we're going to find out here today on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. So let's get the Fleshhounds to kill Rangers. Rangers will suck very bad against Fleshhounds. Wrathmongers are doing great, and I think we've got this game in the bag. It's just we've compromised too many melee units, and or we've gotten melee onto too many of their units here, and yeah, it's just too much to defend. You never want to go this hard in the paint against Khorne with archers. Khorne is so good at swarming archers. So really, I just think the build of ours this game was very on point, and it's gonna carry us here. I mean, we got a huge value lead. My opponent doesn't have healing. You know, there's just too much going on here. Too much. All right, so we're up on the point here, and we're gonna get the Fleshhounds piling in to help, and you guys can go sit on the objective for capture weight. Valkia potentially going to be taking out the caster, and the yeah, we'll do a little bit of Sleipnir action right there to roast those spearmen. And cool, yeah. So we're sitting pretty here. We get the Wrathmongers versus these guys. So let's get Valkia to jump on that unit. Fleshhound's doing good. We have stolen our opponent's back point. Let's get Khorne Gores coming out now, so we're just going to waddle those guys up. And yeah, you can see the Rangers getting annihilated by the doggies. So now we just kind of do a hard stuff back here. Tyrion, oh my god, is it Tyrion on foot? Oh no, not foot Tyrion. He's never going to be able to do anything in this matchup. Because Khorne is actually an extremely mobile faction. So let's get the Wrathmongers there, and we're going to go ahead and get the Furies to come over here with Valkia. And we're saving for a Sword of Khorne at this point, so yeah. Yeah, no, High Elves can beat Khorne, but his build just was not ready for it at all. The build was extremely ambitious, extremely ambitious. All right, let's go back here, route these guys off. Wrathmongers just cut through those white lines of Grace. The monsters are pretty good in this matchup, though. The Monster Mash, it's definitely very effective because of the... like, Wrathmongers do not want to be fighting Phoenixes and Dragons and shit, you know? That's really the squeeze on that. All right, let's get another Khorne Gore coming up out of Vanguard. We're going to prepare for a Sword of Khorne, but this game's over. Yeah, it's very, very over. I mean, we could even maybe kill Tyrion here. Like, I'm just going to let the Wrathmongers fight him because they're very, very brutal. So we're gonna try our best. So I do have a Sword of Khorne. We're gonna wait for an infantry unit to stand still, and then we're gonna try and get him here. Let's pull you guys back, do a little bit of this, get the Marauders coming in, and you guys will intercept these Reavers. You guys want the meme sword? Yeah. Tyrion does not want to be fighting Wrathmongers. That's like one of the only units I have that can kill him. And Valkia, Valkia could be helping with Tyrion, actually. We can fly in and pop the Demon Shield. Yeah, all right, so there she goes. Let's pop the Demon Shield in case my opponent tries to attack me here. And we're going to just send a message here. Yeah, we're just going to send a big old message right in the face. All right, some more Khorne Gores coming up out of Vanguard. Oh, Sword of Khorne, give it to me, precious. Nice. Oh my god, that unit got deleted. Jeez Louise, that was a brutal one. Yeah, I mean, Valkia is helping. And it looks like Tyrion is running. He might actually defeat them. He was doing pretty good in that little fight there. All right, let's get you guys to reinforce this point and just... Yeah, it looks like you guys have cleaned up. Let's do a little unsummoning here to get them back in the pool to get some fresh units. Furies could be unsummoned too. Although, did they just run off? Did my Furies just run off the map? Wait, what? Have you guys... They, like, disappeared? That was strange. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Okay, so Tyrion is losing to the Wrathmongers and Valkia, so... All right. GG, well, no, it's way too many archers against Khorne. Way too many. Khorne is going to infantry check you. They're going to push you. You need to have either monsters. You play one objective and cheese Khorne with monsters, or you meet them head on with like War Lines of Krace and other things like that. That's too risky. But I admire the effort. I admire it. No stress. Way too many. Gotta cut down on archers. Way too risky. All right, let's see what's going on here. And, oh, he didn't realize that he brought Tyrion on foot. Apparently it was a mistake. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. He was wondering why Tyrion was so slow, and then he's, yeah, it's rough. Yeah, the Furies dipped. Yeah, that was weird. They, like, ran off the map, even though they're unbreakable. All right, so, my opponent that we played there, I think, was two wins and one loss also. So I need to hope that my other tiebreakers do well enough to get us into top 4. Okay, so Khorne versus High Elves there. Yeah, man. And Furies, Hounds. So that matchup is actually decent for High Elves, but you need to go triple flying monster. So Larry plus Frost Phoenix and a dragon, probably. Yeah, that's the way you usually do it. And then you use Reavers. It's really cost effective for High Elves because what you do is you do something like this. All right, so for High Elves against Khorne, if you go on stream, I'm going to tell them right now. If you go on stream, I will show you. All right, so you want to beat Khorne with High Elves. Although now, once Khorne players pick up on this, it won't be as easy. But you basically you get Larry, you bring this, you get Earthblood, and you get Tempest. And you could also get Arcane and Forging if you want to, but Earthblood and Tempest are really good. You can keep Life Bloom, cut Shield of Sapphire, cut Arcane Conduit, and Boon of Isha you might want to keep in case they do demon stuff. So from here, you go 4 Horse Archers. These guys wreck Khorne Gores. They're very good. And they can't be caught, right? Like with good micro, you're not going to lose these to Khorne very easily, unless you commit them to a fight. But they can shoot up Khorne Gores because Khorne Gores only have 60 armor. Even though the missile, it still is okay. From here, you go with a Frost Phoenix. Now, the Frost Phoenix is really nice for a couple of reasons. You have the Blizzard Aura, so it lowers the stat line of the enemy monsters you're fighting, and it slows them. So they're going to be slowed from the, from the Frostbite, and the Blizzard Aura lowers their stats pretty hard, which is really cool. And from here, you can go a couple different directions. You can go with an Arcane Phoenix if you want, or you can go for a dragon of some sort. You go like Star Dragon too. It's very good. So this like flying Air Force squad is going to be really, really brutal, right? And aside from this, you can do a couple other things with your opening build, but really just like double Spearman to hold your home objective is good. So the idea is you're like value trading and really just being brutal against your opponent with these SEs, like breath attacking and cycle charging the Wrathmongers with the Star Dragon. Valkia cannot do anything against this. You can Tempest her and then beat her down with these 3 characters. So that's not going to be good for them. So from here, you definitely want some mobility. You want to get the Illyrian Reavers. And you're going to need something to fight eventually, so I think that White Lines of Krace are pretty good. Probably go with those. 2 Rangers, because they're good against Marauders, and hold their own against Bloodletters. It's not great, but it's something. And then you get Narnia Lines in reserve to come up and help clean up the infantry once your monsters have done the heavy lifting. But you'll notice the build doesn't really have anything that is very weak against very weak against like Furies and Hounds and things that can dive you and cause problems. As a matter of fact, another cool tech in this matchup, you could do this. You get Fireborn in there. Fireborn are pretty badass. And they have fire resist, which is really nice. And with Larry, they get magic damage. So it's a really nice late game call-in to just control the mobile game. But and the rest of it, you could go 2 of these, you know, and go this and this to get a little bit more infantry density. Like this kind of build is very, very good there. Yeah, so no Phoenix Guard. Phoenix Guard are not good here. Yeah. Like Phoenix Guard get horrifically massacred by Bloodletters and also by Wrathmongers and, you know, a ton of things on the roster. So, yeah, no. Corngors, you can shoot them with Reavers. You can kill them with Rangers. White Lines will trade fine into them. You can breath attack them, cycle charge them with monsters while they're fighting something else. Yeah, Ashish, I'm thinking about playing some Age of Empires in the next few days. So, hang tight. Try it. All right, so Zyro, hopefully that was helpful for you, bud, if you're watching the stream. I hope that gave you a little bit of a... Oh, Corntars against Minotaurs. No, the Minotaurs you don't need to respect as much, actually, Vizen. You'd be surprised, because you can use your monsters to mess them up. If you get the Phoenix, the Dragon, and Larry together with like any support, you'll just wreck Corn Minotaurs. Corn Minotaurs are not very good against like multiple big monsters. Against one isolated, yes, but against multiple, I find that the monster squad can actually take them down. Yeah. Oh no, William, you missed the tournament? Yeah, there's a lot of notifications for sure. It's easy to get lost in those. How to counter pigbacks and leadbelchers as lizards? Oof. It's a tricky one. All right, I'm still, literally nobody else is finished. Okay, I need to get Hot Sauce Man. Something, Hot Sauce Man? Hot Saucer Man. Okay, I need to give him his buy-round victory here. Yeah, no, Khorne is very good against High Elves, but High Elves can win it. As a matter of fact, in a couple major tournaments, it's been that way. Hey, Grimnir, thank you for the 50, dude. That's a huge donation, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, too. Thank you so much. Grimnir, man, coming in. The grudge is strong. I appreciate it, and hopefully you've been enjoying the games today. We've had some very good matches. Okay, so Grimnir, we will hopefully be able to have a good one for you. Hopefully I do make semis. I would like to play Tzeentch. I think that'd be fun. Okay, so that is good, and looking around here. Okay, so if I were playing Lizards against Ogres, is what you're saying. It's not an easy matchup. It really isn't. So, oh yeah, Ogres are just such a pain in the freaking ass. So I'd probably go with the Saurus battle line, because they'll fight well enough against Bulls, and they'll also beat down Pigbacks really badly, so... Probably something along these lines. And then to deal with Leadbelchers, you have a couple options. You can use like the Salamanders to try and be extra kind of sneaky, but you could also use a Stegodon Ballista, which is the ancient Stegodon if you want to. Oh, where is it? No, the range that, no, not this one. Where is that thing? Yes, the Stegodon here. So this is like kind of a cool idea in the Ogre matchup. So these Stegodons have a long range 360 range anti-large ballista. So on the right map, they're going to be able to potentially dunk on Leadbelchers and also be good against other big targets. For sure, you go Slant of Life here, though. Like in just Earthblood spam, you have a ton of HP in this build. So you're going to want a Slant of Life. So where do we find that bad man there? All right, there he is. We're going to go Life. You keep Life Bloom. Our Greater Arcane Conduit. Shield of the Old Ones. Banishment. Banishment you could probably cut in this matchup. Although, it is okay against the... yeah, Aura Pretzel you can cut. And then you just want to get Earthblood and probably Awakening of the Wood. And from here, you know, you just throw in... this guy just to hold your back objective or something, right? Yeah, because you might be like, oh, Turin, why don't you bring Spears against Ogres? Well, most Ogre players just bring like bare bones Ogres and go like go with the Pigback Riders and the Thunder Tusk. So yeah, I think this is a good direction to go. And from here, you probably get a couple Cold One Spear Riders. They're going to be pretty good in this matchup. I would mix in the Salamander Hunting Packs. You like, you know, maybe 2 of those. It's going to be pretty nice. And the only thing about this build, yeah, it should have 2 Skink Skirmishers. So you want 2 of these little gremlins to go rush objectives in the beginning. 100%. So yeah, 1 less Saurus. So from here, though, in reserves, bringing in some Spears in the mid-game wouldn't be a bad idea. In the beginning, I think the Sword and Board is better. But a couple Spears in reserve would probably be very nice. You can bring Colossadon Hunters, too, if you want to. They're not a bad choice. And Croxigores, you could bring the Sacred Croxies. They're not bad. As like a, I'm going to punch you in the face unit. Let's see what else. Yeah, you're going to want more cohorts, though. You're going to need more pressure. The cohorts are pretty decent. Their little javelin fire isn't bad. And, yeah, this is looking like a pretty decent build here. You could even switch these to the shielded version to try and squeeze in some more. Yeah, because now we have 500 left to spend, so just get like a Feral Cold one in there or something. Yeah, Thunder Tusks are really, really brutal. Yeah, they're just OP. Thoughts on the Thunder Tusk lately? Yeah, they're just overpowered, yeah. Thunder Tusks need to be like 300 or 400 gold more for what they do. Yeah. But this build would be good against Ogres, I feel. And again, everything I tell you, it depends on the map, right? Because domination maps matter a lot. It completely changes matchups. All right, so let's refresh this. Get it going. Sky Striders are okay, but you don't... The problem with going Sky Striders or Crushers is that your opponent is going to have so many freaking Pigback Riders on the battlefield that they're just going to get tar pitted and have trouble getting good fights, in my experience. So, how do you play Empire into Khorne now? It's extremely difficult. It is like 70-30 for Khorne. But Empire can win it with extreme micro and a good map. If you have a map with a home objective, you can win it. So if you're playing Empire against Khorne, you're probably going to open up with a couple greatswords and just some state troopers. And from here, you take it back to the old school. You are going back to the War Wagon meta. War Wagons are extremely good. Extremely good. They can shoot the Khorne Gores, the Minotaurs. Khorne has a really hard time interacting with them. And you need to go with a Jade Wizard too. So you go Jade Wizard, you go Earthblood, and you can do Awakening of the Wood as well if you want to. But yeah, honestly, like Regrowth is fine too. So for the Lord choice, probably Uno Greatsword is going to be fine. You can go with Franz if you want to, or Boris. They're both good choices, honestly. Boris is probably... Franz is expensive. Probably like a cheap Toddy is going to be the way to go. So you just get Crush the Weak, and the White Cloak of Ulrich is good, and Regeneration. So this would be my opening build. And in reserves, you need to bring grenade launchers. Like double grenade launchers are for clearing out Khorne Gores, because otherwise they're a pain. Greatswords are going to be your best friend here, actually, which is weird. And Halberds. So Halberdiers and Greatswords are your best friends. Probably that is a good composition. Now for the heavy Cav, it's risky. You don't want to go heavy into Cav anymore. This is not a matchup that you can win with your Cav these days, because... Khorne is going to just have complete dominance with their halberds everywhere. So just bring one elite cab unit as a sweeper. And the Royal Altdorf Giffites are going to be your best friend. Maybe arguably bringing like, I don't know, like a couple Empire Knights is fine. Right? Something like this would be the direction I would lean. Now, it's still very favored. Empire Engineer on a tank and Luminarch is dirty into Khorne. No, it's not. Not at a high level. It's badass, and I respect you for the call, but at a high level, Valkia is just going to chase down your Luminarch. You're going to spend 45 minutes trying to protect it while they just win on objectives. And the tank commander can be Khorne Gord. There's Minotaurs. There's Centigore, or there's Throwing Axes. There's Valkia. There's too much there to just give you the business with those two units. Yeah. But wagons are the way to go in this matchup now, in my opinion. 100%. So hopefully that answers your question. We're getting a lot of learning tonight. This has been good. All right, let's refresh this. And Steam Tanker is great for terror routing Khorne Gores. You can't really terror route Khorne Gores for a couple of reasons. So let me show you. So Khorne Gore, in land battle it might be different, but in here Khorne Gores have a couple things going for them, right? So they have Primal Fury and Frenzy, which means they're going to be immune to psychology for much of the game. Secondly, they have the Fury of the Skull Throne. So when their HP drops low, they get unbreakable for 22 seconds. So it's very hard to break them. The best counter against the Khorne Gore is the grenade launcher. Grenade launchers wreck them really badly, and it's very much a rock, paper, scissors of like, can you protect your grenade launchers from Khorne mobility? Yeah. That's why I guess you need a couple Empire Knights as well as the Demis. Yeah. Okay. Let's refresh this and see what's cooking. And what do we have here for the matchup? Okay, one game being played. It is between Oishi and Housecat. Must be very sweaty. Oh, I'm so close to top 4. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so close, but so far, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh, dude, I'm like number 5 in the tournament. Oh, did my tiebreakers lose? I think they did. You dirty dogs. Come on. Oh, Harrison, how could you do this to me? Oh, it was you, Harrison. All right, let me look here. Yeah, so Harrison lost to Romulan Dog. A respectable loss. Romulan's a true OG. And Solo Spaghetto, though, came through and did get the W there. But, yeah, look at this. So I am literally one tiebreaker point away. If Harrison had one, I would be in the top 4, I think. It's okay, Harrison. I'm just messing with you, man. But no, I love it. I respect it. So we got Boss Toss, Stingers, Ash, and Oishi. So the Betrayal, it's the top 10 anime betrayals. That means I don't get to play my nemesis, Boss Toss, who we literally just go back and forth every game in tournaments. Yeah, it's super fun. So yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. And when I get back from vacation, we're going to have the Season 8 Grand Finals are going to take place. So that's last season. So these are the finalists. And then we're also going to have a faction war, which is going to be hype. On this season right now, the leaderboard's coming together. Yeah, but Oishi has the tiebreaker for the leaderboard, which they've earned, right? So Oishi is the #1 ranked player right now. Outer Region's ranked #2. So Oishi is #1 with... they both have 4 tournament wins, but Oishi has a lot more wins. So that will give it to him. Ulrich is there. Grombrindle. I'm here somewhere. Yeah, I'm like number 14 right now. It's been a pretty competitive season for sure. It's been very good. We have a lot of great players playing. And if you guys ever want to go look up the competitive leaderboard, you can go to Total Tavern and you can look up who the top dogs are. And it goes down pretty far too. You can see like all the way down. Here's like rank 50, rank 60, you know, whatever. You can see who's cracking here. So you got the unlockable avatars, which is cool. So as you get wins on Total Tavern, you unlock avatars for whichever faction you get wins with. So I have Big Daddy Carl Franz over there. Yeah. I'm going to probably do an age stream in the next few days. 100%. Okay. I don't think, unless somebody drops, I don't think I'm going to be top 4. Sometimes people drop because they get tired in top 4, but yeah. Did Oishi win it? Oishi. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm just out by 1 tiebreaker point. Oh, the pain. I'm too weak, Anakin. All right, so let's advance to the top 4. GG, well played to all the players. And here we are. Cool. So top 4, we're going to cast some games, which is going to be great fun. And yes. Oh, that's the wrong one, I think. Did I click advance to top 4? Yes, we did. Okay. All right, so we have Ash versus Oishi. Okay. Ash. I don't know what their name looks like in here. Where are you at, Ash? Just getting this going. Give me a second. Versus Ash. There's like 5 people named Ash in the Discord. I don't know which one it is. Ash. And then we have on the other side of the bracket, we have Boss Toss versus Stingers. Boss Toss versus Stingers. And here we go. All right. So thank you guys all for playing in the rounds of regulation. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time. We got to play some high elves tonight, which was cool. And that's what I get for betraying Sigmar. I should have picked the Empire, But I was a treasonous Sigmarite tonight. I'll have to go paint some Empire models to atone for my sins. Okay, so we're gonna finalize the previous rounds. The new Dune TV show while we wait. No, I haven't, but I've actually been told by a couple of my homies that it's pretty good. So I'll once we finish the Rookie, which Anna and I love right now. Like we're both big fans of Nathan Fillion and Firefly and man, it was just it's fun and he's great in it. It's just like a wholesome, fun show. Yeah. All right. So Boss Toss and Stingers. Let me see what the matchup's going to be there. All right. So I'm scrolling up in the Discord here. So Boss Toss is going to be playing Vampire Counts. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. What is Stingers playing? Vampire Counts have been winning tournaments lately too, which is cool. And Stingers. Where are you at? Ooh, versus Beastmen. Let's freaking go. Sign me up for that. Okay. Boss Toss. Lobby code, please. And then let's get Stingers in there. And here we go. Right on, right on. Let's see. That's right, Zachary. Totally worth watching. You loved Firefly? Oh yeah, Firefly is god tier. That's like one of the biggest crimes of early 2000s like television is that Firefly didn't get like multiple seasons. The premise was so good, like the space western and like the cast was so good. Oh god. Wait, S2 of what is confirmed? They're not bringing back Firefly, are they? No way, that'd be crazy. Don't you play with me? Yeah, no. You need to clarify this right now. You should clarify this right now. All right, so here's Boss. I found his lobby. Cool. Did you just quit Empire after the Nolan update? No. Well, I stopped playing Empire when they were overpowered because I'm allergic to OP factions. That's why I'm not playing Ogres or Slaanesh or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know, and I never like got really back into it, but I need to. The Empire is very fun. Yeah, Serenity was a very good movie. Serenity was very, very good. Let me see. Is Firefly coming back? Are people still searching this in 2025? Hold on. No, not the music festival. Oh, okay. There's a Firefly cast reunion going on at Emerald City Comic Con. And apparently, yeah, Firefly is just not coming back. Firefly Season 2 is not confirmed. The rumors of its return seem to have died down. The rumbling started when Disney obtained the rights to Firefly. Oh god, no. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I mean, Nathan Fillion's pretty popular, and he's about to be in the new Superman movie. He plays the Green Lantern. Well, one of the Green Lanterns, not Hal Jordan, but the Guy Gardner, I think is his name. Yeah. I hope Turin draws large phallic object. Yeah, no, we will. I got you. The Beastmen versus Vampire Counts. This is a fun matchup. I like this one. And Oishi on the other side is playing what? So Oishi is playing... okay. Oishi is playing Korn and Lizardmen in the grand finals. So the other matchup is Korn versus... Ash is playing what? Ash is playing... Oh, it's a Korn mirror match. They deserve each other. Most people save Korn because they're very strong. They save Korn for the semis and stuff, but yeah. That's funny. They're all old now. It would be like Picard where the entire cast is haggard and infirm. That's so true. Oh my god. Well, here's the thing about Firefly. Nathan Fillion isn't that old, okay? He's not like 80 years old like Picard is, all right? Nathan Fillion is still on a police show, and he's very physical on it. He does a lot of running. He does a lot of physical work. It would be fine, I think. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. But that is really funny, Mr. J. That actually made me laugh. Your use of the word haggard there was great. So I was watching a tabletop channel the other day. I forget the name of the channel. It's really good. Oh god, it's like this. It's this gentleman who covers competitive old world. He seems really nice, and I like his channel a lot. I wish I could give him a shout out right now. Oh, can't remember. I'll try and remember. But he had an Empire player on to talk about the new Empire stuff, and the guy called an Empire captain haggard. He's like, oh, and a little haggard captain, and it made me think. I was like, oh man, it's like, it's spreading. The river reveal scene would hit different. Oh, you're talking about River Tam, yeah, from Firefly, yeah. The Expanse is best in slot sci-fi show. Did you say best in slot? Oh, yeah. You guys want to see the Chad Hunter? Hold on, let me show you while we're waiting. Uh-huh. I'm pulling it up real quick. I've been playing World of Warcraft Classic with my wife. It's been very fun. We've been having a good time. No, it's not on it. Yeah, it might be Close Order. I think it's Close Order. I think he has like a British accent or something. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Yeah, I think it's Close Order though. I could be wrong. You guys want to see the Chad? Yes, look at him. We've been making progress, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. This is my Dwarf Hunter, and there's my Wolf Beast in the back. It's been a lot of fun. Time for some Zul'Farrak soon. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. When the Battlegrounds, if I ever get level 60 and the Battlegrounds come out, we'll do some PvP streams and stuff. Yeah, it'll be fun. I feel like anytime Zoomers call something scuffed, you can substitute haggard. It makes it better. Yeah. Is that Wookiee in the back? No, that's our other dog. That's the Chihuahua. Yeah. At least he's a dwarf. You know, the reason why I play hunters is because they're really easy to level with and they're really easy on your hands. Because you can, like, for a lot of, like, leveling up, you can just go AFK and just, like, auto-shoot things. So it's really good on my hands. Like, I did not want to play a rogue where I have to mash, like, buttons nonstop. My hand would fall off. So the hunter was a good call. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a look at the builds here. Spawning in on the south side of the map, it's going to be the Beastman. And the Lord choice is going to be a Doom Bull. So Doom Bull against Vampire counts is fine. He's a good fighter. You know, can definitely fight Vampire characters head on, go after big SEs, and is durable enough to, you know, be A-okay. We got Centaurs with throwing axes, a massive, massive, massive staple here. So the Centaurs with throwing axes are going to be super clutch at taking down Cryptors and Mortis Engines and Flying Dragons. Without them, you're going to suffer. So Traderkin, we got Spears on the front line with a second line of Gore Herds, and that is going to be it. Looking at the Vampiric Horde of the old Boss Toss, he is going to be rocking the Strigoi Vampire Lord, which is a great choice. Really good sniping against Beastmen, so you can use this to snipe the Bray Shaman. And we do also have Invocation, and he's got free healing too. So what I love about the Strigoi Vampire Lord is you don't need to waste inbos on him. He can heal himself using the Ghoul King as well as his Hunger, which is another form of passive healing as well, which I think he has. Maybe? Oh, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But anyways, he's able to heal. So we got Skeleton Spearmen, and they're going to be backed up by the Konigstein Stalkers, Cryptors, Corpse Cards, you know, a lot of the usual favorites here for the Vampire counts. And these bad boys are going to be moving up and having some fun. So let us know your predictions. What do all you wizards in chat think is going to work here? Who do you think is going to win this game as we approach the semifinals of today's tournament? So advancing up, Strigoi Vampire Lord, he's 100% going to be hunting down that Bray Shaman. That is the juiciest target. The Chariot characters are pretty vulnerable to being attacked by big monsters. They seem to get hit quite a bit. And yeah, that is going to be the plan. So John in chat saying, I now unironically use Haggard on a fairly regular basis. Yeah, it's really good as a negative descriptor. 100%. Scabsgraith also incredibly powerful. The double White Kings, they are on horseback, so not going to be foot-based, but Scabsgraith is really good against like Gores and lightly armored infantry and things like that. So the fight is on. Dragon Lord and the White Kings have gotten in combat here with the Gores, and now the Children of the Night will feast. The maws of the pestilent zombie dragon here. That's actually a Terrorgeist. Oh god, the Scabsgraith value. So he like blobbed up the Beastman and just nailed him with a 1-2 value. That is a god tier play coming in from Boss Toss. And this is an RTK Civil War here as well. But a very good response from the Beastmen. They actually get a Traderkin, so even though the Scabsgraith was extremely punishing there, it might be the fact that maybe the Beastmen come out a little bit better here. Centaur throwing axes are getting a ton of value throwing into the Strigoi Vampire Lord, and that Traderkin, look how much damage it did against the White Kings, and also against the Strigoi Vampire Lord. So both players kind of going back and forth here and having a good old jolly time, ladies and gentlemen. Objective 2, though, 3 actually taken and held by the Beastmen. Looks like the Vampires are going to be trying to steal that one from them, and now the Vampire Legion does arrive, but the Beastmen are running interference, so it's very clear that Stingers is kind of trying to stuff the Vampires back a little bit and will maybe yield some value, but is going to be trying to win on points, I suspect. Doombull waiting out in the trees as well, so he's going to be coming through the bushes here and getting ready to move across. Where does he want to go? The Doombull wants to fight the White Kings, right? And the Vampire Lord if he can. That's going to be uber cost effective. But the infantry here, the Unga spearmen here are going to get punted and massacred by the undead, especially with the terror coming in. They're going to be folding up pretty quickly. And yeah, the Walking Dead are here, man. It's like a horror movie. Oh man, I love zombie movies. I think, like, no audio right now? Oh, you're saying okay. It's fixed. All right, we're all set. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, Jer. That's a great help right there. So the fighting on the objective continues as the Tithe, the most overpowered unit in the game, is here. The dreaded zombie ROR unit. They're a little bit stronger there, fighting these weirdly colored Gores. I think it's just the banner scheme. Yeah, it's this Beastman flag that kind of changes it, which is pretty rad. But yeah, the Vampire Counts are able to get this objective, but the Beastmen are probably just going to send waves and waves of things here to try and keep the Vampire Counts from advancing up, which is a way to win for sure. And then if you could just Helm's Deep on one and force it into a mobile game, that's going to be favoring the Beastmen. There's the Breath Attack coming in. It looks like the Strigoi Vampire Lord attempts to get a Breath Attack on the Minotaurs, but the Minotaurs are going to be retreating back. A couple of them did overextend into the Spears, and which is certainly not what you want. These Minotaurs only have 35 armor, so they will die to Skeleton Spears rather quickly. Good usage of these Centaurs with throwing axes, and this is where the Strigoi Vampire Lord wishes that he had a zombie summon to drop on top of the Centaurs. It's incredibly cost-effective as a screening tool. And on the outside, the test score chariots do arrive, but the Strigoi Vampire Lord is able to head those guys off. And this is looking pretty good for Stingers out of the gates. If Stingers can just keep the value close, then he's going to win, because he has the objective advantage, right? So the Vampire Counts, it's on them to either make a play for the outside objectives with some mobility or to feast elsewhere. So another Trader King going down, but a great response from Boss Toss. He does use the Opal Amulet here, which is going to be giving 20% ward save, so it will mitigate most of the duration of that spell, which is quite good. And the Vampire Counts are just, rubbing their undead sausages together, advancing up. We do see the Gore Herds starting to get worn down a little bit as the first wave of Gore Herds does flee the scene. The second wave is now going to be meeting the Children of the Night head on as the White King and the Cryptors really start to take them to Poundland. So they're going to be taking them to the club. They're not anti-infantry monsters, but they do pretty good against infantry. Although good focus fire using the Sentis. The Centaur's throwing axes have been focus firing the Scriptor the entire battle here, basically, and it's about to die, so it's a pretty good pick there. Undead are swarming through and starting to get some momentum. We do see the Gore Herds as well as these spears starting to fold a little bit. And what do the Beastmen call in? The one thing I really dislike. I know, Harrison, you went 1-3 and screwed up me getting into top 4. You were the chosen one, Harrison. I would have been playing right now. It's all good, brother. Hey, I hope to play you soon, man. No stress. But the Minotaurs with Great Opens move in, and they'll be very good against these things. But the one thing I really dislike is the Tuskor call in. I feel like Tuskors are terrible against the Vampire Counts because of the Spears and Cryptors, which litter the battlefield. So White King running away from the Doom Bull. Doom Bull's coming in. Big Daddy's here. He's got his big old, brass knuckle boxing. He's got his big brass fist there, and he's going to be trying to get the hunt on. Another beautiful Traderkin, though. Man, that is Value City. Vampire Counts have the biggest hard-on for blobbing, and these Traderkins are just disgusting. It's getting so much value. Crumbling Cryptors. Talk about good stuff. Now, this is where it gets a little bit dodgy for the Vampire Counts, right? They're mostly indexed into Cryptors and into armor with their White Kings as well. And we see the Corngors coming in. So Corngors are very, very good against Vampire Counts. But Boss Toss, just on time, calls it a Mortis Engine, which is an excellent hard counter against the Corngor. So both players making the correct plays, and, the battle does continue to rage on. Then it was I that ended your bid for top 4. It was Romulan. It was. You did me dirty. Old Romulan dog, you son of a gun. He's been a menace since Warhammer 1. You gotta love it. All right, so Centaur is getting around the backside. This is a little bit dangerous to be back here because the Vampire Counts could call in the Dire Wolves or the Dire Pack to try and swarm them. We do see some big, scary Vargeist being called out. Mortis Engine is on its bump and grind, and this is where it's going to start just accumulating massive amounts of value. But we do see Stingers using the Centaurs with throwing axes around the backside to drag down the Mortis Engine. But this is definitely a situation where the Undead should be calling out the Dire Pack or units to hunt down these Centaurs and not let them get away with this, right? This is a very dangerous spot for the Mortis Engine here. I don't like this. There's a chance that the Great Opens could come out here. The Centaurs could also charge it, although the Vargeist do arrive and maybe are going to be able to salvage this position. We'll have to see. 45 models, but they're going to be taking some losses for sure. Vampire Count's still holding on to the objective here. The Corngors have arrived, and they look like they're doing pretty good. We do see the Strigoi Vampire Lord descending onto the enemy Lord and doing a little bit of cycle charging as the Doom Bull is going to be forced back. Another Traderkin probably going to be on the books here in a minute. Most likely here, but yeah, Vampire's trying to break through towards objective 2. It's going to get very scary soon. They're obviously at a point where they're going to need to probably get 3 objectives here, and it's going to be very hard for them. Beautiful Traderkin. This caster probably has over 2k value, I would guess. He's been nailing like the major positions with the AoEs, which whenever you're playing against Vampire Counts, you always want to have some sort of AoE punishment, whether it be like a Burning Head or a Final Transmutation, Traderkin. Flock of Doom is also very good. You can spam that one all day. So, Mortis Engine here, in a bit of a precarious position, being attacked by the Minos with Great Opens, but it does have some help. The Strigoi Vampire Lord's going to be descending and getting a nice, probably terror route on some of these guys soon, I would imagine, when their Primal Fury wears off. So it is gone when they drop below a certain threshold here. Undead still pushing up a little bit. You know what I'm surprised we're not seeing are Graveguard Halberds. I feel like Graveguard Halberds would be a nice little addition in this matchup. Maybe just 1 or 2. Nothing like too crazy, but yeah. The Mortis Engine now is just getting Bread City. It's sitting here. Every single one of these Gores is having a horrific time and are taking massive losses as their souls are literally drained into the Vampiric Abyss here as the Mortis Engine continues to drain there. Nice usage of the Ungor Raiders. So the Unga Bunga Raiders are a really good counter against the Mortis Engine. Typically, in this matchup, you do see at least 3 or 4 Ungor Raiders in the build for the Beastmen, so I was a little bit surprised to not see that here from Stingers, but you can see how effective one is. One is basically doing most of the heavy lifting here, as the Beastman Lord is going to be fleeing away. He's running from the Vampiric Lord as the Strigoi Vampire Lord eyeing his prize. And now the Beastmen are starting to falter a little bit. The Mortis Engine has been alive for quite some time and has been getting a ton of value. Although it's going to need an invo right now, as it is going to be retreating back, of course, slowly getting healed. And now we get the creepy golems up here on the high ground. I like this play a lot. The undead spec ops. So here it comes. Crypticals arrive, 32 and 25 on the old stat line, ready to fight. And the Beastmen could use some Centaurs to come across and probably karate chop them, but I think they're too hyper-focused down here. And if the Beastmen lose that high ground objective, it's definitely going to give the Vampire Counts a lot more milk here. As we see some magic going down here. What was that? Okay, another Traderkin. Man, those Traderkins have been mean this game. And you get to see the value climbing 2,600, 2,671, 2,728. That's just melting everything. I mean, the Vargeist and all of these skeletons have just been pushed to the brink. Mortis Engine, though, it was healed with an invo, so that thing is kept alive. Beastmen are still clawing it out in this game. And here's the thing, guys. Beastmen have a lot of time to play this game. Right? They have gotten a big points lead, so they have time to kind of grind back the objectives if they want to. Ungor Raiders getting good value. Almost got that Mortis Engine down. This Strigoi Vampire Lord is going to be going in for the kill, and this could be the game breaker here. If Bastos is able to get the killing blow onto the Beastmen characters, that will probably cut the head off the metaphorical beast here. So, well, literal and metaphorical. But yeah, that Doom Bull should lose that fight. This Strigoi Vampire Lord's an insane duelist. Super, super good. He's got anti-large, armor-piercing, poison is also really good for duelist characters. And I think Doom Bull, he's going to need some Centaurs to save him or something. Because otherwise he's going to die. 1,000 HP here. And yep, he's going to turn and run, it looks like. And the Strigoi Vampire Lord, strangely enough, getting back up in the sky. He didn't want to get caught by the Centaurs. Okay, so he flees. So vampires do lose their Mortis Engine. Looks like the Unga Bunga Raiders. I mean, talk about MVPs, right? They have 0 kills, but probably have over 1,000 value. Oh, it was the other one that was shooting. I was going to say, yeah, 1,700 value Ungor Raiders, man. That is really, really good. So middle objective, the Crypt Ghouls do arrive, and it looks like the Beastmen are going to be making a play for the high ground objective as well, calling in some Khorngors here. But, honestly, Khorngors will not be super good against Crypt Ghouls. Crypt Ghouls will probably uptrade into them, I would say, from a cost perspective. And the Strigoi Vampire Lord is there as well to help out. So, looks like Vampire Counts are maybe going to be able to wrestle a triple cap here. We'll have to see. This one is at 2. Yeah, still being owned by the Beastmen. And Objective 1 is owned by the Vampire Counts. And this objective probably is going to stay in the clutches of the Vampire Counts. Even though they don't have much here, zombies and corpse guards will probably be enough. Although with Khorngors coming back in, maybe the Beastmen will be able to do something. We'll have to see. Okay, there is a Crypt Ghoul unit here too that needs to be rallied back onto the point. We do have some Black Knights coming in, which won't be very good against the Khorngors, but it still is mobile pressure. Here in the middle, Beastmen are holding on to it. Crypt Ghouls are eating a lot of arrow fire. Ungor Raiders are an excellent hard counter against Crypt Ghouls, and it is showing here as those Crypt Ghouls do start to crumble down. What a knockdown, drag-out game between these two players, right? Very, very close stuff. So Crypt Ghouls going to be intercepting the Khorngors as we do see the Black Knights circling about, and they're going to be looking to shut down these archers. Man, I was really wondering this game, where, man, these archers being allowed to live is just brutal. And they just, single-handedly, if that Mortis Engine was alive and, even at 25, 40% HP, it'd probably just be GG now. But now that it's dead, the Beastmen have play again. And it looks like the Beastmen are going to be able to get the high ground point. So we do see Stingers grabbing this. And objective number 2 here as well is going to be held by the Beastmen. And it looks like the Undead are kind of running out of steam a little bit. Crypt Ghouls are getting worn down. The Doom Bull, the barbed knuckle boxing, I love it. It's super cool. 700 HP. The Strigoi Vampire Lord definitely wants to get the kill here, I think. If he has a Spirit Leech or some way to finish him, he should. Because in killing this unit, the entire Beastman army is going to instantly lose 16 leadership and then settle in at 10, which is just a game changer. So you got to go for it. We see Tuskor Chariots being called back out. The Undead have lost their grip on Objective 1 and 2, and they do have a lot of troops coming in, but it's not going to be an easy grind, guys. It is not going to be an easy grind because Stingers has enough of a value lead that it's probably an equal game. And a lot of the value that the Vampire Counts have on the table is tied up in the Strigoi Vampire Lord. So he's not going to be able to just flip objectives super easily, right? Which is tough. Yeah, those Ungors are going to get 9 chevrons. I know the ones they've gotten a lot. So he's escorting the Doom Bull off the battlefield. Vampire Counts are moving in, and it even looks like the Vampire Counts are starting to lose on this objective. The Ungor Raiders, the call-in in the mid-game has been so good, and the Traderkin just punishing the blob style of play is so powerful. 3,100, but totally fair. Honestly, it's not like this spell was just busted here. It literally just tons of value is blobbed in one position, so that's going to get it done. And yeah, I think the Beastmen have actually won on value now too, though. I mean, they're looking pretty good. And we do see the Doom Bull chase off the edge of the battlefield. So you're going to see leadership issues for the Beastmen here in a moment. So these guys are at 56 leadership, and with the Lord fleeing in a moment, down to 36, right? So if they were a little bit more beat up, that would be a huge problem. And the Undead do get a wave of reinforcements, but look at what Stingers is doing. It's so good. He's using these Gores to run interference and block the reinforcements. The Undead basically have to play every single point now. They have to Unga Bunga towards every objective. and just hope and pray. These are Ungor Spears, so they probably will be able to take this on. 2 Ungor Spear units probably defeats a Crypt Horror. So the Crypt Horror is not going to have a good time. Vampire Lord maybe comes back in Terror Routes, but that's going to be a victory for the Beastmen. So let's get those happy moves in chat. Well played to Stingers and Boss Toss, 2 of my favorite people. They're awesome players and really, really good sportsmanship on both of them. So shout out to those boys for putting on a great match. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, Centaurs, 1,500 each on those, which is beautiful. And Ungor Raiders carried, right? The one did. Yeah, 1,800 value on that Ungor Raider. Talk about money. Corngors were also very good. Nothing egregious, but they performed. All right. GG, well played. Let the happy moves feast. And now we're going to host the finals, and we're going to invite Stingers here. Let's get our boy Stingers here to the grand finals. Yes, yes. And all right. Where's this? Finals. And I need to see who's going to win on the other side between Ash and Oishi. Yep, some happy moves. Yeah, Stingers is very good. He's an extremely good player. He's been, a top contender for a long time. There's people who win the major events, and then there's those are people who win major events are typically I would say S tier players, right? And then there's A plus tier players who have come close to winning major events and are always contending for them. Yeah, there's some levels to that for sure. The caster and the archers are very good. Yeah, they were. All right, so Oishi and Ash are still playing. When done. And we'll see what's cooking. Yeah, it was a pretty good little grind there. Stingers is coming, and the grand final map is going to be what? I believe it's a Ragnarok lair. Yeah, I love that map. I don't know why I really like it. It encourages different playstyles, I think is why. Yeah, so speaking of vampires, have I seen Nosferatu? Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It was good. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, but it was good. Very theatric, very, and by theatric I mean theatrical, the delivery of the lines. I thought what it did super well was the ambience of the time period. When the husband goes to Dracula's lair, seeing the creepy woods and the wolves and the really Sylvanian kind of, that style. I really like that. The caster value was 3,200 or something, Harrison. Yeah, and then the ambience of the 19th century Europe and England, and I think it was in England, right? In the end, I can't remember, but yeah, it was great. It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I honestly had a good time. We're gonna do more Age of Empires. Yeah, I'm thinking in the next 2 or 3 days. I don't know which day, but no, we'll do an Age stream. We will. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, sure, there's little criticisms you could have here and there, but overall, whatever. It was a good movie. It was fun. Gothic horror has its charms. Yeah, it's a really, really fun. Yeah, the atmosphere was great. Yes. Witch. I don't know if I've seen that one. I haven't seen The Witch. Yeah. If Anna was here, she could talk horror. She's the dark queen of horror movies. All right. So yeah, just waiting for the other side of the bracket right now. Should be no more than 5 minutes, unless they had some issues getting started or something. Okay. Great. So Stingers is playing what in the grand finals? I really like this format though. The pick 6 format, it's a little bit more work for the host, but yeah. They're playing a corn mirror match. Oishi says it's so terrible. All right. So where are we going? Scrolling up to see. So Stingers in the grand finals is playing High Elves. Ooh, Chad High Elf pick. I like that. And Oishi is playing Lizardmen. So it's either going to be High Elves versus Lizardmen or High Elves versus Beastmen, depending on who wins the other side. Yeah. Same the German version of Nosferatu? No, definitely not. No, we just watched it here in the States. So hope Age of Mythology. Yeah, when the Age of Mythology update comes out, we'll play that again. We'll do a couple streams. It was a lot of fun playing that game. Yeah, Age of Mythology is great. Yeah, Stingers is a High Elf main. That's his main faction. So I'm not surprised to see it. I'm not surprised. And the other two, I love that they have to suffer. When people pick the sweat factions, you have to be ready to face other sweats, you know? So like you're gonna if you pick Khorne in a competitive setting, you're likely gonna face a Khorne mirror match, you know? Yeah. All right. Yep. On a totally related note, when you get a Bright Wizard for tabletop, can you modify it to look like? I don't know who that is. I already have a Bright Wizard. I think no, I don't have a Bright Wizard actually. Yeah, because they haven't released the new Wizards yet, which they look really good. They look really good. Which is the best horror movie of all time? Really interesting. I like in terms of like horror movies, I like horror movies with like a bit of action in them, like sci-fi horror or like action horror where it's like a survival thing. And there's some like, you know, like that's why The Thing is so good, right? With like Kurt Russell like battling the alien and like the just the brutality of it all and like the flamethrowers and like that stuff is just such a chef's kiss. And that's why I also like zombie movies too. Like the zombie genre, it's definitely not as popular. It went through its time, you know, it's not done a lot anymore, but I enjoyed the zombie era. It was fun. It was very, very fun. Yeah, Event Horizon's great. I love the ambience of Event Horizon is like peak 90s sci-fi horror. It's like just the dystopian kind of retro technology they have. And yeah, it's great. Oh, dude, I love Van Helsing. The original one with Hugh Jackman, that's like Anna and I's one of our favorite movies. It's so haggard, but it's so wholesome and fun. It's so early 2000s. Oh, man. The Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman is the shit. That movie rules. Yeah, Event Horizon's also one of my favorites. I love Event Horizon. I haven't seen the director's cut of Event Horizon. I'm going to have to do that, Hosen. I'll have to watch that. Yeah, Train to Busan was great. That movie was really good, Apostate. Yeah, I loved it. Oh, yeah, 28 years later. And Cillian Murphy's in it again, right? Yes, let's go. He rules, man. I liked him in, I mean, he's good in pretty much most things he does. He was good in Peaky Blinders and a bunch of other things. It's a great campy movie. That's right. Yeah, Van Helsing is a great campy movie. Yes. Oh, is that? Yeah, I know that one. Big Trouble in Little China, yeah. Yeah, 80s and 90s had a lot of fun stuff, for sure. There's a lot of like body horror type stuff in the 80s. Like, because in the 80s, they used a lot of practical effects, like tons. So there was like a certain feel to 80s horror movies that's hard to replicate, right? Because of the, you know, the lack of technology at the time. Did Stinger's report it? He did. So Stinger's waiting in the grand finals here tonight. And we're going to see what The Rock is cooking, man. I used to play Twisted Metal. Yeah, I remember. I used to like playing the motorcycle guy. I forget his name, but I think it was like he had like a skull head, right? And then there's the ice cream truck driver who's like an evil clown. Twisted Metal was a great old school game to play with the friends. Cillian Murphy. Killian would be a great Corn Lord name. Just Killian. Yeah. Ever seen Phantoms with Ben Affleck? Let me look that up real quick. I don't think I've seen that one. Phantoms with Ben Affleck. Phantoms. Oh, 1998. No, I haven't seen it. Is it an alien movie? Kind of looks alien. It's a horror film. It's a 1998 American science fiction horror film. Oh, what's the premise? Hey, darling. Have you ever seen the movie Phantoms? No. It's a horror movie from 1998 with Ben Affleck. And it's like in a rural town in Colorado. There's like where something evil has wiped out the community. Well, that sounds kind of fun. Shit, I might have to like save that one here. Yeah, Anna hasn't seen it, and that's shocking because she's seen most horror movies. Natty has been practicing with Greenskins. Oh yeah, Greenskins are a very good competitive faction to invest time into. Greenskins have a very high skill cap too. Yeah, I think they really reward effort and micro and build knowledge. Phantoms, okay, I'll check that out. Dude, but the real question is, have you guys ever seen Ghosts of Mars? You guys remember Ghosts of Mars? This little like Ice Cube. It's Ice Cube and Jason Statham. It's so haggard. Oh my god. Ghosts of Mars is just so... I love it though. Like it's such haggard sci-fi horror. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tremors is fun too. I love the original Tremors movies. I think there's like 15 of them now. All right. Copy that. And looks like the other match just finished. You remember Ghosts of Mars. You've seen it? That's right. I just watched Shutter Island. Oh, yeah, Shutter Island was fun. It was. Oh, Ash won it. Okay, so Oishi was defeated in the corn mirror by Ash. All right, so we got Beastmen versus High Elves. It's going to be fun. I like this. This is good. I think it is a John Carpenter movie, Gerard. Yeah, Ghosts of Mars. Ghosts of Mars is the absolute shit. I agree with you. I love it. I feel like, here's an analogy for you guys. Ghosts of Mars is like the Limp Bizkit of movies. Like, people might pretend they don't like it, but you know you enjoy the hell out of that movie. You know, or like Nickelback or Creed. You know, yeah, Ghosts of Mars is like the Limp Bizkit, Nickelback or Creed of like the genre. You might pretend like you're at the time you might be like pretend you're too cool and it's like below you with your snobby horror taste, but deep down you know it's the shit. Yeah. Ghost Ship was so bad it was bad. It is an RT. Oh, Ash is an RTK. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, so let's get this rock cooking. Let's have some fun and see what these players are up to here. Yes. Yeah. I remember Ghost Ship. You know what movies I thought were so fun were the Scary Movie series. The ones with the Wayans brothers. Oh my god, those are so good. Yeah, those were great. Like Scary Movie 1 and 2. Like the guy with like the crippled hand has always been my spirit animal since my hand problem. Oh my god, remember the scene, the Thanksgiving scene when they're like sitting around the table and he's like trying to stuff the turkey with his like disgusting hand? I think that's one of the few scenes that like actually makes me cry tears of laughter. Oh my god. It's the early Scary Movies. So great. The table grows ever rounder, it does, yeah. How dare you, Fox? Limp Bizkit was great. Limp Bizkit is great. How dare you? Take my strong hand. Oh god, that scene is so good. Yeah, Troy is a fun movie, honestly. Like, that's what's great about getting older, you know? Like when you're like 36, there was a lot of movies I watched in my teens and 20s that like I've seen them, but I don't remember shit. And like you can go back and watch them again and it feels like you're like getting a fresh experience. It's great. Yeah. The scene where the pot plant comes to life and rolls him into a joint. Yeah, I remember that. It's so shitty. Remember when the strong arm guy had his own TV show? Is that a real thing? I don't remember that. Or is that from the movie? I don't remember that bit. Yeah, that was great. Tears of laughter or joy? Both. Yeah, both. I love classic Adam Sandler movies. Me too, yeah. Even his like new shitty movies, like occasionally I get like a couple cheap laughs out of him, you know? Like new Adam Sandler movies are haggard, but they're fun to put on just in the background, you know? It's just like a comfort watch. For me, at least. It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. What are your thoughts on horror games? I don't play them myself because I like multiplayer games, but I think they're cool. Like my wife, if she's played most horror games. Yeah. No, it's a real thing. Chris Elliott had a TV show. I did not know that. I watched Troy recently with the girl I was on a date with. Hell yeah, dude. That's right. And it still holds up. She really enjoyed all the drama. Yeah, just Brad Pitt, just juiced to the gills on like on TRT and steroids in that movie. Just all oiled up. Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the grand finals of today's tournament. It is going to be an extremely ambitious Beastmen build, which I am very, very hyped to see. When was the last time you guys saw 4 units of Bestigor herds? Oh my god. I mean, sure, they'll trade very well into High Elf Infantry, but they're very weak against Dragons, Chariots, War Lions. I'm very, very curious to see how these guys do. So, we got 4 of the Bestigor herds. We got the Tuscaror Chariot as well, or Razorgore Chariot, which is just kind of a cheap anti-infantry tool. It's okay here. And Butchers of Kalkengard. Very much feels land battle-esque. We do have a Flock of Doomcaster with Malagor. Very powerful spell. And a Zangor in the Vanguard looking to grab this objective. Although in this matchup, Korngors are your go-to. Korngors are the best. So, yeah, curious to see how the Zangor does, though. Got Reavers into the Sunset, backed up by Spearmen, and a double dragon build. So it's going to be an Archmage of Life with the Book of Hoeth, which is going to give you a huge power recharge, and a Firecaster as well with the Starwood Staff, which gives you reserves. So High Elves have a really good item in the Starwood Staff that gives you permanent Winds of Magic and can be used 3 times. So over the course of a domination game, you can cast a couple extra spells, which is very, very fun. And yeah, man, how to the Bestigors compared to the marked versions, like that would be Pestigors. They have a lot more armor. So Pestigors have less armor. These guys have 95 armor, and they just have better stats overall. So it's just kind of an upgraded version of a Pestigor, basically, with more armor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is on. Advancing up are the cows into Stingers. It is a clan duel between RTK. Apparently, there's some internal strife here, and these guys got a bone to pick here on the battlefield. Not really, but you guys get the idea. And so far, the elves doing some nice poking. Wearing down the shields, I suppose. Nothing terribly substantial. Maybe that's why Ash went Zangor. There's going to be a Flock of Doom there, which is going to nail those units. But, oh, man, yeah, so a misplay by Ash. So what Ash did there is he casted a Flock of Doom but did not target the unit. Therefore, he was able to move out of the vortex of that, and basically that Flock of Doom was just wasted, and he took overcast damage. So that was a good early win there for the High Elves. So High Elves are poking away, and it looks like these Spearmen are going to be chilling in the shadows. Down here, we do see the Bestigors arriving, but this is not going to be good for them. They're going to get breath attacked and probably just killed by a dragon, honestly. Dragons are really good against elite infantry, just like in tabletop. So big charge there. And the Bestigors are going to get worn down and then probably just get charged by these 2 cav units, and they're going to pay the troll toll. In the middle, the Beastmen do grab control of the objective. And out here, we do see a Burning Head going down. Granted, it doesn't do a whole lot here against the Besties with their armor. And the Mage of Life getting worked on a bit. It looks like Malagor and the Centaur is able to get in there against the 70 armor. Still able to punch through. Butchers of Kalkengard nearby as well, as Ash is unleashing the full Unga Bunga. Chariots charging into the Spears, but the Spears were braced. They still take some damage, but they will be able to return the favor. Collins are going to be the Talons of Torquelada as well as Silverhelm. So really interesting choice to see the Archer call in. I guess it gives you decent sustained damage against the Bestigors. But yeah, the Beastmen are doing what I like to call a full court press, using their elite infantry, which nobody ever uses the Bestigors, right? So this could be something that catches Stingers off guard and could lead to him getting triple capped and losing a lot of points out of the gates here. This one is still owned by the Elves, so Ash needs to flip this point. If Ash does not flip this point, High Elves are going to have a much bigger chance of winning the game, so we're going to have to see how this works. But yeah, Besties are going to crush through Spearmen. Really, really good breath attack coming in from the Archmage. That was brutal. Those Bestigors, just a noxious pit of fire here, leaving these guys in the dust. So you can see 63 models, and then the High Elf Cav are going to be charging in. Beautiful stuff as Stinger's Dragon continues to rampage through. The stalwart Elven Spears fighting the very, very scary cow people. And now we see another Burning Head going down onto the Zangors. And overall, it seems like the Beastmen are going to get a triple cap, but they are taking some... Oh my god, get this objective, please! I hate when this happens. I feel so bad. Oh no. He needs to get over here and get this objective right now, dude. That feels so bad. Okay, Chariots are... If they keep chasing the Spears back onto the point, maybe. Okay, he's going to notice it now, is he? Because the way he's playing is clearly like, I'm going to stuff the High Elves back and try and win. But if he doesn't grab the points, it's going to give the Dragons a ton of time to farm and get back in the game. Okay, the objective did flip. Yes, it did. So the Beastmen were able to get that. So it's not super catastrophic. He at least gets that. But Beastmen are up in value, 38 against 31. And we do see the Butchers of Kalkengard in the backfield here getting a really good engagement. Malagor back here also. I mean, this is brutal. This is a Flock of Doom back here. A lot of units are being lost. Talons of Torquelada are folding up. Beastmen definitely getting some momentum as they call in Gore Herds in the front. And the Bestigor Herds are still somewhat functional. There's a couple of them laying around, so we're going to see what kind of work they can get done. Butchers of Kalkengard are going to be fleeing from the Spear unit, which makes sense. And the High Elf Cav are trying to run interference, but the Butchers should be able to butcher them and deal with them. We will have to see. And Bestigor Herds, they honestly are not doing bad damage against some of the things they're fighting. I mean, these ones have gotten wrecked by the breath attack, but I'm curious to see what the value is at the end of the game. About 600 on this one. Beastmen should be able to hold this objective. We see the Bestigor Herds coming on up, hooves planted in, and here comes the charge. There's going to be some bonking here for sure, as the Spearmen try and form ranks to meet their charge, but they are going to be eating it. The Spearmen do take the big old beatdown here, and will continue to suffer. Gore Herds will also cut up Spearmen. Now the Bestigor Herd's going to be coming in for a rear charge. It's very, very scary for Stingers. Triple caps go much, much quicker than you expect. You know, you look at the score in 1 second, your opponent's up by like 800 points, and it's a very stressful one. But Beastmen seem to be okay in the middle, but Stingers has been getting really good breath attacks. Dude, so good. Man, his breath attacks, you can always tell, like, elf mains who use dragons a lot. Man, the breath attack value is nuts there. In the backfield, though, the Beastmen are continuing to just like stuff them in here, man. And the High Elves are having massive problems getting out of their spawn zone. And they do have some stuff over here, but the Beastmen are going to be able to... The problem is, like, if you're trapped back here trying to, you know, value trade, Ash's fundamentals seem very nice. And using the mobility now, it's going to be a pretty easy cleanup for the Beastmen. Beastmen at 435 points, 438, 441. And yeah, High Elves need to get out of their spawn, man. 6,000, 5.2. And we are going to see another Archer with light armor just being straight up chased off the battlefield, probably. Yeah, broken and running right off the field. Butchers of Kalkanchad are probably going to be killed by these two dragons and these spears, but not before they get a terror route on these spearmen. Absolutely disruptive, man. Absolutely disruptive. So Khorngors, dude, good stuff. Khorngors are a mid-game unit. They shine in the mid-game because in the mid-game people typically call in mobility and cap, right? So having the Khorngors just anchoring all the points is going to make it so incredibly hard for the High Elves to get these points back. And the Butchers of Kalkangard are not having a bad fight. I mean, sure, they're going to lose it, but they'll get some damage on the way out and hurt these dragon characters. Although there's spearmen here, so yeah, it probably will be a bad fight for them. Centaur's coming in, getting a nice flank charge onto the Silvern Guard, and on the other side, Malagor the Dark Omen. Does he have something wicked comes this way? He does not. So he doesn't have the leadership debuff, but even still, he's able to do a little bit of damage with his old Pimp Cane, sitting at 700 value here, nothing too crazy. Beastmen looking really comfortable on the objectives. I think, yeah, just honestly spamming, Khorngors onto every single objective or towards the main battle line is going to be brutal, because getting rid of Khorngors for High Elves is not easy. I mean, archers can do it well, but all the archers have been compromised more or less. Really, the dragons are going to have to do the heavy lifting here. How cool is it to see a Bestigor build? I always say I think the meta's in a really good spot right now. Like, build diversity is at an all-time high, probably, for domination. Centaurs with Grey Opens do get roasted there, and they continue laying a beat down on those Elven Cav. And now there's going to be another Reaver coming out, which is going to be trying to chase down the Senties. And the Elves, like, it's too risky for them to split push. They basically just have to value trade with their dragons and try and escape back here, but really, really not looking good for them. Another Flock of Doom going to be going down, tickling those Reavers. Malagor just flying and cackling. Is now Ash is doing the correct play of reinforcing the objectives, preparing for the counterpunch, and using the mobility. Just the stuff, really. Like, even if you can't fight the Spearmen, cycle charging them and keeping them from moving forward. Really, really nice. So Stingers has some time to get back in the game, but it's going to need to be a situation that's like a triple cap, right? Like, by the time he even starts contesting an objective, the Beastmen are just going to be at over 1,000 points. It's going to be really, really brutal. So in the middle, Khorngors hanging out, and we do see the Centaurs fleeing the scene, and moving up are the Illyrian Reavers. I believe this would be the first tournament win of the season for Ash. Ash did just defeat Oishi, who's our #1 player at the moment on the leaderboard, so clearly Ash has got some serious chops, which I believe Ash comes from the land battle community. I don't know if they played a ton of Dom historically, but clearly the skill sets are transferable. You just need to learn some of the basic fundamentals, and you're going to be all right. A lot of what works in Dom works in land battle and vice versa. It's all in the family. So Beastmen are sacrificing a ton of value right here just to keep the High Elves off the objectives, which honestly isn't a terrible play. Sure, these Centaurs are going to get folded up, but you're keeping these Spearmen from getting up, and that clock is getting even more precarious. And the Khorngors, they have the Unbreakable trait for a long time, and what do the Elves even have that can kill the Khorngors? The Dragon Breath Attacks, yes, that probably is one of the better elements, engaging them in the front with Spearmen and just, breath attacking and or charging them there. If Malagor dies, though, that's going to give Stingers a much better chance in this game, because the Beastmen leadership would be much easier to get through here. So Khorngors are advancing up, and we do see some mobility making a play for the outside. Not going to work, though. Beastmen are so quick. You're just going to get a Gore or a Centaur coming out of Vanguard here and just ambushing them, and it's going to be bad news bears. So Beastmen are cackling it up. The Gore Herds are fighting the Spearmen. Khorngors are holding them back as well. The Dragon is going to be hunting down Malagor. Butchers of Kalkangard also going to be rolling down, and these are the ultimate I didn't hear no bell unit. Butchers of Kalkangard are so freaking hard to kill. Burning Head here, very, very good choice. That is a beautiful Burning Head on the Gore Herds. Going to definitely help those Silverens break through, but they still have to get through the Khorngors, which is not going to be an easy feat. Butchers are still back, and the Elven Cav are trying to get some momentum in the middle. Down here, we do get a Centaur chilling out for Ash. Going to be able to hold that as the Beastmen do approach 1,200 points here. So they're looking to be in a very commanding position. Elves are breaking through, though. I mean, Dragons still, as long as the Dragons have infantry support, they can kill the Khorngors pretty effectively. And you do see the Khorngors fold up to the Silvern Guards and the Dragons. But man, it's going to be tough to get that capture weight on that point. Malagor's here. More Centaurs are being called in. Beastmen using their mobility over here to make sure that no shenanigans happen. The High Elves were camping 8 capture weight on Objective 2 to try and wrestle it from these Gores. But, Centaurs are going to come over here and cackle pretty damn hard. Now back down to the objective. We do have Objective 3, still owned by the Beastmen. High Elves are getting momentum. The terror routes are starting to really, really add up. Rangers being sent in as well. But Stingers is going to have to make desperation plays here. He's going to have to start sending He can't just send here. He's going to have to send units to every objective. Like, his next 600, Ranger here. Next 600, Ranger here. Like, he needs to start playing every point. It's his only chance. And it's an extremely slim chance. But yeah, the archers were extremely ineffective this game. That was one of the big things that hurt. Like, the Talented Sorkaleta and the other archers just basically did nothing and got killed. This is a very... Ash is a super aggressive player. Like, the way he plays, he's just, like, playing, like, straight up hard-nosed football, as they used to call it. I don't know if they still call it that, but, yeah. Rangers against Zangor is pretty cost-effective for Rangers, honestly. The Zangor might win the fight, I'm not sure. But, yeah, it's not a terrible trade. Burning Head going down, and that is going to be cooking those Zangors and allowing the Rangers to maybe edge that fight out. And we do have some Reavers heading over there. Collins for Stingers are going to be what? Where are his Collins right now? He had more saved. I guess it's just these Reaver Archers, so just desperately trying to get the capture weight here. Dragons and Silver and Guards trying to knock him off 14-25, and that is going to be an extremely dominant Beastmen victory there by Ash, getting their first, I believe, or second tournament win of the season. Let me go double check that. So, has Ash won a tournament yet? We'll take a look at values as well. I won't forget this time, I promise. So, Ash has not won a tournament yet. So, congratulations, Ash. Well played. Well earned. You're going to be joining. So, with that victory, Ash is going to be taking over, like, top 10 on the competitive leaderboard. Awesome to see. Well played. Very well earned. All right. So, value. The Dragons were Chad. They did good, but I think the reinforcements were a little bit left something wanting here. Like the archers, like a couple archers being called in really struggled. The Bestigors were kind of like a weird surprise, right? It like even if they don't get a lot of value, it forces your opponent back because you don't have the metal to meet them head on. So that was a really cool build. I like that style. It's very unorthodox, and it worked. I did not think it was going to work when I first saw it. I thought the Dragons were just going to value them too hard, but it worked. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this tournament, please drop a like on the way out. We're sitting at 329. Let's see if we can pump up those rookie numbers. And yeah, it was overall super fun. Congratulations to Ash and to Stingers. Both are absolute Giga Chads, and they have earned this spot. And yeah, meta's looking great now. I mean, we're getting all sorts of factions winning tournaments. It's been great, man. All right. See you guys around. Congratulations. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for tonight. You guys take care of yourselves and may, well, hopefully not Nurgle. Hopefully Sigmar bless you. That would certainly be a little bit better. All right, guys. See you around. And that is going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Adios and Do Widzenia.